Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick.
Welcome back, everybody. Time for game one. We've got some DPL-CDA action for you here. Best of 3 between Sparking Arrow Gaming and Invictus Gaming. Sparking Arrow, of course, tearing it up. Season 1 of CDA. This is their first match here for DPL-CDA, and that's despite the fact that this is actually our second week of play. So we didn't have any matches from Sparking Arrow in the first week. We're now moving into week number 2. It's a bit more chill. Week 1 we had some double headers. We were having our 2 best of 3 tonight for the majority of it. This week, all the way through to the end of the week, it is going to be just the 1 best of 3, so 2 or 3 games coming your way, some quality Chinese Dota, and then we will be kicking it up a gear as we move into next week. Next week is all double headers, so definitely looking forward to that. As we move into our draft, things have not changed too much, though we have had some of these continuous patch changes coming out. Still seems like the priorities are very much the same. This Death Prophet getting banned out, the Pangolier continuing to be a very heavy ban, Nyx Assassin moving up a little bit, Timbersaw continuing to just not get let through into the pool whatsoever, and IG, no huge surprise, are going to be going for the Mars early on here. He did have some of his talents moved around a little bit. I believe he had the, so strength got moved further into the talent tree, damage got moved down, so maybe a little bit faster farming, a bit more damage in the early game, but Mars is going to be a little bit squishier as a result. I think Mars is actually one of the heroes that got some actual numbers changes that weren't just talent changes. Let's see if we can pull out the patch notes and have a look. We got a Lich Rubik as the support duo for Sparking Arrow Gaming, so really keeping things very open at the beginning here. And let's see if I can find old Mars on this list. Yeah, so the mana cost got increased slightly on Spear of Mars from 100 to at all levels to now it's 110, 120, 130, 140. So I don't know if we'll see maybe people maxing out the Rebuke a little bit more. Like maybe we'll see people sizing the points in Rebuke over the points in Spear. This hero does have some pretty serious mana problems generally, and Sparking Arrow just going to go for the Venomancer. So it depends on where this is going to be played. If they're playing this in the off lane, then they've really just got a hunker down and trade lane. No escape whatsoever for the Rubik or the Venomancer. So if they ever get gone on, they can just lob out their spells and hopefully find some kind of a trade. The supports do have some decent lockdown between the two of them, so they don't really need so much coming from the potential position 3. Could be something like a mid Venomancer as well. Patch overall still seems pretty fast. If you've been watching any of WePlay's Pushka League, probably seen OG just, or at least if you watch the OG versus Nigma series, you've seen some pretty serious aggression. Does still seem to be kind of the name of the game, as IG picking up the Phoenix, picking up an Oracle. Oracle's certainly a nice hero to have against the Venomancer, and Sparking Arrow actually the ones to take the Anti-Mage for themselves. So whenever you see the Venomancer, the Anti-Mage immediately crosses your mind, because I think for so many carry players, the Anti-Mage is like one of their go-to counters up against the Veno, but it's actually Sparking Arrow taking it for themselves here. So now they've got pretty strong dual lane, to be honest, in the Lich Anti-Mage. We talked about Mars having mana problems, then it's not going to be helped playing against this AM, and they don't really have a whole lot of lockdown coming from the two supports. Also, I would say a lot of people's preferred anti-mage counters do kind of reside in that off lane. So if IG want to, they might have to shuffle this around a little bit, maybe put Mars on the safe lane or something like that, and then look to pick up your Legion Commander or your Axe or something like that for the off lane. But definitely a bit of a curveball from Sparking Arrow, and they've just been go far, hardly digging into their reserve time at all. IG now having to think about what they want to do against this anti-mage. Bloodseeker's stock has been rising a little bit, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what they want to be going for here. Could maybe still think about something like the Alchemist. They do have this Oracle. They could just try and play fast. They could just be angling for like a Huskar pick or something like that, but they now have to call into question what is our preferred anti-mage counter. How do we want to put pressure on this AM? Are we gonna do we have any confidence in picking something like a Terrorblade here? Can always be a nice way to deal with the anti-mage. Just go and take his tier 1 towers really early, restrict his space on the map. The reflection, of course, also very useful against AM, but IG really sitting here thinking about it. Part of the conversation has to be whether or not they're thinking about putting the Mars over as the position 1 and maybe shuffling the lanes around a little bit, but they do just go for a Kunkka now. So a nice catch. They've got a ton of team fight, not an insane amount of building damage necessarily. You can buy like a Vlad's and a Deso and whatnot, and that'll kind of do it for you. So it's not the worst thing in the world. And the X is certainly nice potential lockdown against the anti-mage. So Sparking Arrow are still thinking along the lines of, okay, IG probably just going to be putting this Mars in the off lane. Let's get rid of the Void. It is can be a good 1-to-1 counter against the anti-mage if you get the right amount of farm. What else is there to talk about here? The cut from the Kunkka is pretty nice against the Venomancer. Keep your team going. Well, it kind of goes both ways, right? On the one hand, the Rum is going to help you sustain through some of the damage, but eventually the Rum is going to run out, and that's when you might still have to deal with lethal dots from Venomancer, depending on what spells he's been able to get off. The Storm Spirit ban comes out, I guess still just this general idea of, oh man, maybe we messed up on reliable stuns, because you look at this lineup and you think they actually have pretty good lockdown. They've got X into the full combo, they've got a Fortune's End, they've got themselves the Spear of Mars as well, and then you've got the Egg Stun on top, which is not very reliable, but it is a stun. And then you look at all of that together and you're like, wait a second, this is actually a little bit unreliable against some of these heroes. So okay, they are just going to go for the Terrorblade. Not a big surprise. Did call it out a little bit earlier. I like Terrorblade in this kind of a lineup where you've got some other relatively long cooldowns. They should just be able to get some good group up and push going. The other thing that they do that is really nice about picking the Kunkka is the Kunkka is able to hold onto your towers in situations where other heroes might not be able to, either just by Xing somebody, TPing them in and clearing the wave, or just by virtue of being there yourself, cleaving it out, lobbing a torrent, that kind of a thing. And it's so important if you want to win against anti-mage that you take his towers, you take his early towers, and you don't give away towers yourself. It's easier said than done. It basically sounds like, oh yeah, just take the ancient, just ward is jungle, that kind of a thing. But it is certainly something that you need to try and take advantage if you can, right? This is how Anti-Mage loses all of his pub games, because people pick Anti-Mage, he does nothing in the early game, and then your team just gets completely run over because Anti-Mage is not going to be contributing anything early on. So Sparking Arrow now have a decision to make about what exactly they want to be running on the mid lane. If they want to just go for like the Terrorblade counter, we could see something like a Zeus in this spot. What else? Could they do something weird? Could they do like a mid? Could they put the Venom mid maybe and run like an offlane Snapfire? It's actually a really good Snapfire game against Terrorblade. The little Shredder absolutely owns Phoenix. It may have actually, who knows? It may have been banned. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. But all right, we're just gonna have the Queen of Pain coming in. So good early fight. Another hero that can kind of punish the lockdown situation from IG, not in the same way that a Stormspirit would have been able to, just because you don't have quite the same level of escape against the X marks the spot, but always going to be nice to have some more burst damage against the Terrorblade, and it is just a hero that can kind of buy time. And if they do manage to get those lanes and get those early tier 1 towers, or get those tier 1 towers down at really at any point, the Anti-Mage and the Queen of Pain are going to be able to settle into a pretty comfortable split push routine, just shoving out waves, using the blinks, and the IG supports provide nothing in terms of being able to, catch either of these heroes or punish them. So gonna rely on picking up a blink on the Mars and stuff like that. But this is gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see how this one is out. How is this Terrorblade's lane going to be, actually? That is maybe the biggest concern. I think on paper the Terrorblade looks okay here, but how is Terrorblade a Rubik Venomancer lane? That might actually be a concern here, and that might be enough of a reason for me to start saying that, okay, maybe I'm favoring the Sparking Arrow draft just a little bit. Have to see, we're gonna have to get in. Oh, what have I done? Only full screen that. Nope, didn't want to hit that. Let's go in game, get you guys some last hits denies, and we're gonna have a quick pause because of course we're. But at least we get to look at some starting items. So, I mean, Terrorblade, not a particularly interesting set of starting items. Oracle does have a salve, but this is also pretty standard. Does anyone have anything interesting going on? Not particularly. Rubik not going to be going for boots here. It's just going to be opting for a little bit of extra regen. So does kind of show maybe the mindset of the lane a little bit more. That Felix is like, all right, I don't need the boots because I don't need to be dragging anyway. We can easily fight them, and there is probably going to be a decent amount of trading going on this lane, so he just wants to get the better of that, make full value out of the Fade Bolt. We'll probably be seeing him trying to utilize this big camp, getting the side pull going, because especially once they get some points up in the Plague Wards, they will really be able to just hold the wave out completely and kind of create this wall that IG just can't get past, and then that creates this opportunity to keep getting the side pulls going and getting yourself some bit of extra experience that way. So then what? So it's Mars Phoenix versus Anti-Mage Lich. I mean, I can see some pressure, but a lot of Mars's pressure does rely on getting good use out of the God's Rebuke, and I just don't know how much you're going to be able to do that with the Anti-Mage. So maybe I'm favoring Sparking Arrow a little bit too much in these lanes. We'll have to see. I'm not always the biggest fan of something like an offlane Venom, just because you do start to feel the lack of catch maybe a little bit later on, but it's not like IG have heroes that they really need catch to be able to kill, and that's really not the Sparking Arrow game plan here anyway. Like, they're just going to be holding on, letting, creating space for Anti-Mage by using Plague Wards, by using the blink and shoving out waves, and then hopefully eventually Anti-Mage hits like a 4 or 5 slot, and they go from there. Pretty standard Anti-Mage gameplays. We do have another pause. Man, Oli thought we were going to get to play some Dota. He was very wrong. All right, we're gonna try. Nice. Let's play some Dota. Let's play some Dota. That's what we want here. All right, let's not play some Dota. We're gonna pause. Lich is heading top for now, but I don't imagine that there's any real reason to run the Rubik in the safe lane. All right, we're Kaka is expressing that he is not necessarily super impressed. What starting items do we have on the anti-mage? Not going for anything crazy, just picking up their protection early on. Are they gonna I don't think they're tri-laning here. Maybe you can try for some kind of a first blood. If you see, well, all right, anti-mage is very skilled to mana break, so maybe there's some potential there. I'm not sure. How's this mid lane matchup supposed to go? Definitely would seem Queen of Pain favored. Man, this hero has just been getting buff after buff after buff. Lots of little buffs here and there, but definitely does seem to have added up amount. She's sitting at a comfortable like 53% win rate or something like that in Divine Plus, so not too shabby at all. What do we have in terms of the early wards? So just a very conservative ward from IG. Keeping some tabs over here. Got some vision back behind the tower at bottom as well. Really wanting to scout out these lanes. Maybe they can snipe some couriers or something on the Phoenix would be nice. Maybe tip the balance back a little bit on this lane, but JT, or I think already, yeah, look at this. He's kind of resigning himself, I think, to his fate of just having 0 mana against anti-mage in this lane. He's like, look, buddy, I'm just gonna get a ring of health. I'm just gonna sustain down here and get my experience. Kaka, you do what you can. You try and make the most of it. Oli's just lurking around mid lane. I don't know what he's quite up to. Oh, it's a range creep deny. Oh, and the second deny. Emo, this is tough. This is not the way you want to be starting your lane. Oh, 0 CS out of the first wave. That is nasty. Can he at least stop co-opting a couple of these CS herself? That's going to be really important. All right, nothing so far. Then he gets the purge onto the Shadow Strike. Immediately gets the D ward on the obs as well. And DD also seems to be struggling to get any CS here. This is a low CS start on both sides. Hello still. All right, 2 now, 3. Nice torrent from Emo, actually. It's gonna stop another last hit, but I mean, Kunkka is only now getting his second CS. Anyway, let's go check in on the other lanes. How we doing? Terrorblade up top, already getting pressured. Here comes a Gale. Here comes some auto attacks. He's gonna be going for a Ring of Taras to try and sustain against this, but at least he's getting some CS going. What do we have? We got some kind of a battle going on here for the big camp pull. There's Felix and Oli just seemingly content to keep on slapping each other in the face. They're both looking at the salve in their inventory and they're like, I've got a salve, I'm gonna keep trading. Screw this guy. It does seem like Felix may be getting the better of it in the end. I want to keep another eye over at mid. So, alright, there's the cleave. DD with the salve, should not be cancelled. Emo also has the torrent on cooldown for the time being. And Fadebolt pushing out the wave. I'm interested to see what build OP goes for this game. And it seems like so far Anti-Mage getting some very nice CS at bottom. And JT, as we can see, is already being drained out. He's being drained dry. This mana vampire is the Anti-Mage. Oh, Kaka now getting gone on. He's got the dive that might get forced out. Yeah, there's the dive away. Had the Fairy Fire, able to hold on to it. JT does at least have his Ring of Health now, but yeah, this is just going to be life for him. Fly. 30 seconds to go until the next Metamorphosis. Like I said, this side pull is going to be going a lot. And Felix even getting involved a little bit here, trying to swipe back a couple of those CS. They haven't used the salve on the Rubik just yet, so I'm going to pass that over to the Venomancer and keep on rocking and rolling in this top lane. Mid lane, Emo does seem to be doing okay. DP actually needing to be a little bit careful. There's the X. This is going to be some decent damage. Back into the torrent. There's the cleave. It's not going to be a kill, but DD's still kind of low, and Emo keeping the pressure on. Salve coming out of the backpack currently. And have to remember that the Kunkka can just utilize the XTP. A little bit of a reset. Ooh, another cleave. Both getting low. This is the kind of situation where any support rotation would do. DD not even going for the CS, just really pressuring, getting the Kunkka low. Does tank tower shot for that movement, so a little bit of a misstep. What's happening at bottom? A bit of pressure on the anti-range. At least the Phoenix with the Fire Spirits is able to put on a little bit of pressure, but I am just salving, so Red Panda needs to be careful. Fly. What's happening? He's still just battling by himself. Felix camping out this 4-minute ruin is looks like Lich is just dead at bottom. Actually, a trade on the kills. So Kaka gets it, but then what? Okay, so he dove through into the tower and died. He got 300 gold for the kill because he did get the first blood. And yeah, Red Panda not quite so happy. All right, it's pretty nice. I might try and reconnect quickly, guys, just to see if I can get some of these animations to play a little bit more nicely. I'll give you 2 seconds. I don't think anything's about to happen. Is there about to be an X? All right, we're gonna just do a quick disconnect. It does sometimes help with these games on the China server. Yeah, I think that might be a little bit better. We'll see, we'll see. Ooh, bounty rune's coming up. We're back just in time. Anti-Mage making the blink across. Does manage to grab the one. Kaka gonna go and grab the other. Actually, yeah, so Emo looks like he was forced to just buy up a couple more small items. That Bottle Dream is a little ways off. Felix keeping the vision going. Still lots of battling happening for the pulls and whatnot. Fly does seem to be CSing pretty nicely, but the same could be said for OP. Doing pretty well for himself. And actually early point in the reflection for the Terrible. Anti-Mage still putting the pressure on. Stun coming out. AM maybe biting off a little bit more than he can chew. Blinks over to go and grab the Ring of Health, but Kaka still got the damage over time on him, and AM is just dead. Well,
middle tower is under attack.
all right. I guess not respecting the Mars still having a little bit of mana. I don't know if there was like a sneaky mango or something like that, but AM just a million miles away from his Lich and does get brought down. So that is not what you want to be seeing if you are Sparking Arrow. You want this Anti-Mage to be having the freest game in the world. They're going on JT, but not doing too much damage. He is out of mana. The chase continues. They're going to drag him back in. Red Panda expending a lot of mana to get this kill, but it looks like they should be able to grab it, and they will spoon feed that one over onto the Anti-Mage. So very nice. Kaka grabs his Tranquil Boots and now making a potential rotation over towards mid, where Sonic Wave and Boat have both already been used. Terrorblade dies at top, completely all alone. Queen of Pain just gets the blink away at mid. Kaka goes in for the dive. DD just going to go for the TP out. So he's going to be fine. And we do have Felix also hunting. Went down here, but Kaka already making the TP retreat, and Emo also TPing back to grab his bottle and get a little bit of a reset going. I have no idea when Sonic Wave was used mid, but nobody died, so there you go. Oli coming in here, maybe trying to get a ward down, but he's just in the middle of no man's land, getting slowed down. Can't quite lift him up onto the cliff, but they can't lift him back towards the Venomance. He's just going to be forced to go for the TP, and that is going to get him out of there. Anti-Mage working on some treads. Terrorblade's got his Ring of Tarrasque, but this has got to be so annoying playing against the Venomancer. They do get to stun onto the Lich, dive through from Kaka. Red Panda in some danger, but does have the Frost Shield protecting him a little bit. That Rebuke is still available, but I don't know. They're going to need some real Fire Spirit snipes to get this kill, and Sal now coming out, so he's going to be fine. Oli's running mid, I guess, feeling like he can't really do too much to influence top. So maybe he prefers to just keep coming mid and removing the Shadow Strike. I don't think the Kunkka really needs him here, but I guess he feels like that's the most productive way for him to spend his time. Currently blink forward aggressively. They do have the Mana Void available. Kaka taking a lot of damage, does make it to the tree line. Red Panda still wants to go chasing in there, and Blink is coming off cooldown in 3 seconds time. A bit of a battle for this Invis rune, perhaps. DD thinking about blinking forward. He's really thinking about it. Did he get it? He did. He's going to be okay. They do have the torrent waiting, but here comes Felix. Emo's kind of low. Sonic Wave through. The boat does come out. It's going to give him a little bit of life to work with. Felix with the lift back. They're just waiting for some more damage from the Clop. The Scream is available. There's no point in the Fate's Edict, so not a whole lot that they can really do to protect. And DD now continuing the dive. Does need to go for the blink away. Rubik a little bit shy of the mana to be able to get the Fade Bolt off, but losing the Kunkka, and at bottom it's a 1-for-1 trade. Anti-Mage brings down the Phoenix, though they do lose the Lich. And Felix still lurking around here at mid. Only manages to force DD back, but Felix just walk on in and easily secured this one. No problem whatsoever. And Venomancer just chilling top. Has his 2 points up in the Plague Wards now, so we'll just be able to chip away at this tower. You can already see the damage that he's done. JT, alright, he's got a Mango, he's got some stick charges, and he's got his Soul Ring. So it does have the certainly enough amount of potential here to be able to get off a combination. You're gonna have to show him at least a little bit of respect. But Flatfly is already, he's done with top lane. He has had enough. Kaka getting scattered here by Felix, but who's actually finding who? Kaka deciding that he's just gonna man up a little bit here, and Felix needs to be careful. Kaka sizing him up, does still have the dive available, doesn't quite land that Fire Spirit. Maybe if he had, could have gone in for that kill potentially. And jump forward aggressively onto JT, looking to burn out the mana. He really wanted to get out that spear, does push Anti-Mage down into the low guy. Red Panda still has the gaze, dragging him back in, popping everything to get the mana back. Gonna help avoid any mana void damage as well. It's just gonna be the 3 bounty runes going the way of Sparking Arrow. So already building up a little bit of a net worth lead early on here. And we really need a rotation of this Kunkka. The other really important thing for IG is gonna be getting a Metamorphosis to a tower at some point. You know, I think this is definitely where Terrorblade wants to be playing for the moment, but this is not where he wants to stay. They got to catch him back up a little bit, and then hopefully find some early rotations out of their early team fight, because they're just getting picked off. Oli dies with the Sonic Wave at mid. Terrorblade walking down here. I mean, well, they got a reflection, but Spear was already used, so what's this about? JT just using it for the walkaway? Alright, I mean, I guess it's gonna keep him alive, question mark? Flatfly getting gone on. Here comes the Chain Frost. That's bats him back. They don't want to get close if you're JT with the stolen spear. Oh, Terrorblade dying to Anti-Mage. That is definitely not what you want to see. If you are IG currently, you were supposed to counter the Anti-Mage, not just go and feed him gold. And top 3 net worth all on the side of Sparking Arrow currently. IG, we need something. Poor Oracle doesn't even have boots yet. All right, Emo was trying to make a play. They were hoping to find the Venomancer up here, but it seems like OP. He's got his finger on the pulse. He knows what's going on. He knows that there might be something looking for. They scout out something, but they're just running straight into a bunch of heroes. Can they get Emo out of here? They're losing the Phoenix elsewhere. Emo's gonna get caught by the Poison Nova. Can they at least bring down Felix? Yes, they can. But here comes the turnaround. Kunkka is gonna get saved for the time being for the false promise, but JT trying to bail out a buddy. Emo is gonna get a slight heal off of that, so it just ends up being a 2-for-1 across the map as what? Anti the top and kill the Phoenix? Oh, okay. Alright. Aim is 4-1 and 0. Is gonna have a very timely Battle Fury. Battle Fury plus treads. Pretty nice. He's still just continuing to chase around Terrorblade, who does have a Metamorphosis available, but these last few fights have just not been going well. And I do think they kind of need the Kunkka down here, maybe, if they really want this tower. Ooh, where's the jelly going? We got global cast range on this jelly. Let's get it out, dude. I have to imagine it's going to himself and Anti-Mage. Jelly number 1. Always jelly yourself before you jelly anyone else in your row. And there you go. We do have the jelly over on the Anti-Mage. But yeah, the Venomancer's just holding this tower nice and easy. He's going for a vessel. What's this Mars got going on? Does have another arena ready, but when is he really going to get the opportunity to use it? And this is what I was talking about during the draft. This is what you do not want to see if you're playing against the anti-mage. You haven't taken a single tier 1 tower just yet, and they have already taken a tier 1 tower. So now Sparking Arrow can sit in this formation, and this is exactly what they want. Red Panda, all right, he threw out the Chain Frost at the top. Emo more than happy to take his gold and add it to his coffers. But yeah, this is not what you want to see if you're playing against an anti-mage. You need to take his towers. All right, so Fly realized that the Venomancer is just parked at bottom, swings over towards mid lane, puts a little bit of pressure on here, but we already have the Rubik rotating and the Queen of Pain in the neighborhood. We do have an invis room for this Phoenix, but Kaka just immediately breaks his way out of that one. OP gonna keep on pressuring at bottom. This man has a Vanguard on the Venomancer. How are you gonna kill his team once he gets this Crimson Guard? They're actually just not gonna have the damage. That's terribly going for. Just about to pick up his Yasha. He's not that far behind, but the anti-mage is just about to get his Battle Fury delivered, so his farm is about to explode. Rubik just going to be going for an Ithilin. No big surprise. Lich, how you doing? He's just going for a Glimmer Cape. But he's pretty happy with his lot in life. He's already got Tranquils. He's already got a Wand. Like, man is chilling. And I still just sitting with cooldowns. Cooldowns that they just seemingly have not been able to use. They will catch the Torrent over onto Red Panda. That should be a quick kill. Surviving for a little bit longer. He does get pushed back, dragged forward again by the X marks the spot. Who got the bounty? He did not manage to grab it. So at least this time around it is going to be... Is that 3 bounties for IG? Yes. Yep. Well, that's bottled. Used. Did I miss one? Maybe one got denied. Am I crazy? Oh, no, okay. The Quap was still waiting to pick one up. So 2-2 on the bounties in the end. Is that the full Crimson already coming out? Yep, it is. Anthony's gonna be going for a Yasha. I don't even know what timing he needs. This game could even be one of these games where you like get away with not buying BKB. You just get like a Scotty or an AC or something. It'd be a huge pain in the butt. Ooh, they really want this Venomancer. For this though, oh, Torrent's not gonna catch, so OP is pretty tanky. He can pop the Crimson Guard. Can they actually go for this one? He's gonna get the Poison Nova out, but too much damage from Ice will bring him down. Can they keep their push going in the face of this damage? Be back seconds time. This is always the annoying thing about ganking Venomancers. It can be kind of hard to get anything afterwards. Fly with the Yasha moving around, but Anti-Mage creating his own room to farm, caps the outpost quickly, and still just playing around this to give him all the information that he could possibly need. And they can just keep sitting in this formation. Anti-Mage takes the entire sort of, you know, north of the middle lane portion of the map. Quick pain and gone, but blink away into the Yule, so X marks the spot, not really gonna matter. Turn around with the Sonic Wave, keep on pushing him back. And the BD looks like he should be okay. Kaka just getting run down at bottom. Rubik with those stolen fire spirits, some quick work of him. And the pressure is absolutely constant. We have this Metamorphosis waiting for Fly, but just no real opportunities to use it. OP feeling confident enough to just keep on walking forward. And Emo getting any kind of fighting power that he can right here, right now. That's exactly what he needs. Pick up an armlet, maybe with the Shadow Blade, they can have a little bit more catch. The more opportunities on the Quap or the Anti-Mage, but AM is already getting pretty out of hand. Terrible to have closed the gap a little bit. Looks like Cordley climbed up the net worth chart somewhat. Red Panda, we've seen this story before. He's getting gone on. Emo's looking for the cleave. Does find the right angle. Nicely done. And that's going to bring Lich up to 5 deaths. Oh. Yule's at bottom. But Oli is here to help JT.
Radiant's middle tower.
What's going on? All right, finally, Metamorphosis popped. Let's go. Fly really wants this building, but the Venomancer is here, and he's got a Crimson Guard ready. So This is not going to be quite so easy. OP actually thinking about walking forward. Here comes the Fade Bolt. They are going to look for the Venomancer kill. Also dropping the Supernova on top of all of this, just to make 100% sure that they get this down. Wave getting cleared out. Fly still going for it, but here comes the Frost Shield. Here comes the Crimson Guard, and Fly is really struggling to finish this off. Pops the Manta, does just want to make 100% certain that they get it. They're also going to end up losing the Rubik. Cleave through from Emo. He's going to find himself a double kill, and Sparking Arrow not bringing numbers to actually hold on to this. Might have been better to just let it go in the end, as not only will they give away the tower, they will also end up losing 3, and that is the fight that IG have been wanting from their Kunkka this entire time. And that's what they've been hoping for the Terrorblade. That was actually pretty ideal, all things considered. That's actually going to get Kunkka a bunch of gold towards his Shadow Blade here. Very nice. All right, that's a good look. That's what they're hoping for. Oh. Do we have some vision as well? That's going to be the other important thing. A little bit of dire vision being planted down. JT, all right, he's got the blink. So they are starting to get these tools to maybe be able to pressure the anti-mage a little bit. They've managed to force him at least out of the dire jungle, but he's still farming up a storm. The one thing that does need to be said for the anti-mage this game is he doesn't have any insane Mana Void targets necessarily. Like, the Mana Burn's going to be pretty good, and he will just be hunting the Oracle nonstop. Not a whole lot that Oli can really do about that this game, but... And okay, yeah, I'm just going to be going for the Scotty build. No huge surprise. 20-minute bounty runes coming up. There's going to be 2 on the bottom side for Sparking Arrow, and looks like maybe 2 on the top side for IG, but they're going to have to build up a bit of nerve to go and grab this one for themselves. And all right, there's the Shadow Blade on the Kunkka. Not going to keep it hidden at all. Emo just walks up and slapping this tower, and Sparking Arrow, I guess, also stalling a little bit on not being able to take out too many more tier 1s. They took out the top tier 1 pretty easily, but haven't actually been able to aggressively and take out bot or mid. So, looks like they are now going to go for a little bit of a trade. Ooh, an Emo with the Imp Claw. I think we've actually seen that already put to use. What's going on? It's going Orchid. Anti-Mage gets the last hit on the bottom tower, so already accelerating towards the Scotty pretty quickly, and even just going to come TPing up here. He is actually level 18. I guess that's just Anti-Mage things for you. What is Terrorblade going for? 3k. Picks up the immediate Eagle Song. And they've got the Shadow Bladed Kunkka maybe looking for the Anti-Mage in case he goes for the next wave, but it might actually just be a full-on 5v5. What do the Radiant see? They're going to blink board on their AM. Here comes JT hunting for the AM, but it's not going to be quite so easy. Here comes the rest of the team. They're dropping everything. Fly, does he have the damage? Blink away from the Anti-Mage. He's out of there. Sonic Wave with the stolen arena, just keeping everybody contained. Kaka tries to dive out, but it's straight into the wall. JT just has to accept his fate. They even catch the TPing Terrorblade over on the other side. Fly, you've got a Sunder, but it's not going to help you. And that is Sparking Arrow with some beautiful baiting and some beautiful teamfight execution to win that fight 4-0. Amazing steal from the Rubik. That Arena of Blood was so value. And I guess pretty heads-up play from the Anti-Mage as well. He made sure to stay close to the trees. They really needed the like instant blink spear lockdown on him, and as soon as the instant that didn't happen, they just weren't gonna win that fight. Emo. Oh, gotta be careful about revealing yourself here, buddy. He really wants to cleave the wave, but he has to be careful of the Yules, whatever else. All right, there's the cleave. Looking for the X tower. Almost dead. There's the lift to try and let the Plague Boards finish it off. Red Panda almost down. JT's already blown his blink forward. Felix getting caught out by a dive into the Yules, into the X Torrent boat combo. That will be a wicked 6 streak for Emo, but only finding the 1 catch, and all the while Anti-Mage is already taking out this tier 2 tower on top. They pop the glyph, but he knows where the rest of the heroes are. He knows where the Mars is. He's just seen the Kunkka mid lane, so no real worry for him. Takes the tower and then immediately heads back to base with this prize. Guap's got the Orchid coming out now. Net worth lead, still, you know, respectable in favor of Sparking Arrow. Experience in kind of a similar area. Win probability did get dragged back somewhat, but old Dota Plus is still Sparking Arrow. Though you always have to be careful with these Terrorblade lineups. This hero can be absolutely terrifying in later stages. OP, you're just going to be going for a BKB, man. He's going to be difficult to kill at that point. They are still relying on a decent amount of magical damage to find these kills. Anti-Mage now level 20, so 4-second blink cooldown. Mobility just gone through the roof. Queen of Pain has an Arcane Rune, probably itching to use. Probably, they want to wait for one more item on Anti-Mage. There's no point in fighting with him having only like 1k away. And he will have seen this Eagle Song over on the Terrorblade, so I wonder if that's going to influence item decisions anywhere on the side of Sparking Arrow. I don't really think it will too much. Like, I can't imagine that Anti-Mage is going to buy a MKB, but I guess we'll have to see. Reflection, immediate Manta. Oracle just having a rough time. Could still end up being a decent Oracle game if he gets the right save at the right time, maybe enables the Terrorblade to get a good Sunder off, but the constant problem for Terrorblade this game is just going to be him getting kited. We've already seen that just have to get such a well-executed lockdown to actually find any kills. Emo throws out the X, but where's the mana for everything else? The X not really doing anything helpful. Here comes the Mana Void, continue the chase. This was just two heroes looking for a kill in completely the wrong part of the map. Emo gonna try and toggle his way out of this one. Cock is dead elsewhere. At least JT manages to find a TP away. And they will get some kind of a trade out of this, as Flyfly just gonna body this spawn tier 1 tower, but with that, Anti-Mage, he's got the money for his Scotty and he knows what he wants. They're just heading straight into the Roshan pit. No hesitation whatsoever. They've got good vision over on the other side. They've got the Venomancer popping down Plague Wards to give them intel here, and it's not the fastest Roshan in the world, but they are gonna be able to. And Rubik's actually got the stolen X, so he can just head bot and quickly fade bolt that wave. Alright, well, Scotty Aegis Anti-Mage. Good luck killing this guy twice. Meta's off cooldown. Flyfly is just going to be going for the Satanic Neck. He does at least have the full butterfly completed. Is Mars really getting anything? Not really. JT for the value with the unlock on the Hood of Defiance, get the pipe popped afterwards. Maybe that'll save him. Mana to actually do all that remains to be seen. Oh, got a Glimmer Cape on Red Panda. It's pretty nice. Veno's got the BK. What else is going on? Kunkka, what have you been going for? Alright, Kunkka's got a BKB. That's pretty nice. I imagine the Sparking Arrow are going to try and take a fight with this Anti-Mage in the state that he's in. He is now showing at bottom, but that big of a window. He can get over to mid pretty quickly. He's still going to try and make it a window, though. I don't know. Maybe the best that they can really do is just force out the BKB on this Venomancer. Queen of Pain is also not here, but they're itching to do something. We do have some next round of neutral items coming in. Some chains done for the Anti-Mage. This is going to be the Aegis of the least, perhaps. They've got the X mark to spawn onto him. All right. And they get the timing. They're throwing multiple ults just to try and get that first stun. And they keep him locked down here. He gets the blink away, but it's not that far. They are going to put the Venomancer straight into the front line. Sonic Wave push back. That might give him another blink. No blink. Still X. He's dead. Flyfly with the double. Can they get the Sunder off in the Terrorblade? Yes, they can. And that is what IG were looking for. Great chainsaw on the Anti-Mage. Crit just to secure the triple for Flyfly. And that is what Terrorblade can do if he gets the right opportunity and the right lockdown. Man, that was nice. I don't even know what the first stun was that caught the AM, but they tried everything. They boated, they popped the supernova, they were channeling of fortunes, and they were like, we want this guy dead. And they did exactly that. All right, that's going to be a huge swing back. I mean, it's not going to be... I don't think that's going to win the game necessarily, but that is definitely much needed to keep them in here. And TB, is he actually just going to go straight dataless? Is this the world that we live in? TB's like, oh, you know what? Whatever. I don't. No care is satanic. We are dataless players now. DD pretty deep here. We do have a stolen. Is that stolen spear onto Emo, just forcing out his 9-second BKB over at mid, making it go. Blink spear from JT. Good lockdown, and has DD dead. He was trying to go on the Oracle with like, he just didn't see anything. He was like in here. There could be fogged heroes. I guess saw the Kunkka bottom and assumed that maybe the rest of them would be down there, but okay, Sparking Arrow, I think losing the grip on things just a little bit, and you know, anti-mage, that gap is getting closed versus the Terrorblade. TB definitely using the net worth better than he is, so that's why as an anti-mage you got to stay ahead. I know that's such a huge mistiming for Sparking Arrow. Like the Scotty plus Aegis was supposed to be almost a guaranteed teamfight win, but instead, IG starting to bring it back. Kaka has his sights set on a Hex. We have the full data list for the Terrorblade. Looks like we do. And man, even Oli's rocking the Philosopher's Stone. Man might even get himself a Blink Dagger this game. Alright, Sparking Arrow, what do you see? What are you planning? They're just trying to grab themselves an outpost quickly so they get some experience at the 30-minute mark. Not really too much to wait for other than items on the anti-mage, so I guess AC kind of the timing. Crit Pain is also going for a BKB here. I don't know if it, maybe the anti-mage is going to live to regret not buying a BKB this game. We'll have to see. He does have the Titan Sliver as well. So all he should really need is like a couple of teammates in the area and he would be alright. I wonder if OP could have gone for... Maybe it kind of feels like overkill a little bit with the Crimson Guard, but maybe a Heaven's Halberd or something could have been good. This game, I guess Quap... Yeah, Quap can get a Shivas a little bit later on. That's also going to help against the Terrorblade. That is the game plan for everybody here. It's just, oh, lordy. Double damage alert. Double damage alert. Double damage. You heard it from the man himself. Here comes Fly. OP, you gotta pop that BKB. They won't be able to drag him back in. JT looking for the catch. Anti-mage looking for the intercept on the wave. What kind of vision does he have to do this? He sees a bit over on the other side. This wave has been successfully cut. He's gonna keep on working towards his AC. All right, double damage crisis averted. Looks like they are not gonna get any value out of this. DD's pushing out bottom, AIM's handling both mid and top, so IG kind of in the middle of nowhere here and running past wards, so should not be able to find a kill. Yeah, it's just gonna end up being the time, but that could have been very scary with the DD Daedalus. Oh, they're gonna send Fly top. All right, pops all of his illusions just to push out that wave, and then he's gonna be brought back to his team. I don't even know if this is the most useful place for him to be, but he has 4k gold. So what does he go for now? I don't think BKB is that helpful. You've got Oracle. Do you buy Satanic? Is there like another... I don't think there's another damage item necessarily that you're considering here, so... He doesn't really need more damage. Alright, are you feeling more confident to fight? Oh, he's going back for the BKB now. Alright, he has realized that they've got the lockdown for him. But maybe is Scotty the regrettable item? Is it like, oh, I'm sure I can get away with just tanking up, and then you die like that back to back just by getting slapped by Terrorblade, and like, oh, maybe not. Maybe I can't just tank up. Maybe I need to. Maybe I do need my BKB. And I guess he can still He can still jam an Abyssal Blade in here somewhere later on, but that's kind of it for him. And the game has gone back to very even. Less than 1k net worth. Very little on the experience, and win probability has been favoring and is still favoring Sparking Arrow this entire time. The most significant timing that they have coming up might actually be the Fear, the Queen of Pain. Insane. A little bit more control. Ooh, JT bottom, getting going on. No blink, no mana for anything. He's got the Soul Ring up a second. Can he juke? No, he's gone. He's doing his damnedest. Quelling Blade jukes galore, but he is down. It's only a 25-second cooldown mana void. So not the biggest deal in the world to be using it like that. Paladin Sword plus the Satanic Fly, as we will have another pause from Sparking Arrow. Everything was fine for a while there, but it seems like maybe they need another moment. Alright, nope. Let's just go. We got a Bulwark Stone, not very useful. Kunkka picks up a Crystallis, now just gonna be going back for an AC. It's at level 23 as well. And Kunkka did get some, he got some talent buffs, right? Or at least the, sort of like late game cleave talents that got buffed up a little bit. Or they maybe got buffed back to where they were after some of the 20% reductions. Gonna still working on the Greaves, but maybe deciding, or maybe just trying to hold on to buyback as well. We're getting, we're in the Roshan window now, so both teams definitely have to be aware of that, and that's definitely something to play around. Sparking Arrow probably even need to get over there, put some wards down, kind of keep tabs on that. Try and reclaim a little bit of control over this area. You know, Felix, he's drawing the line. He knows that's where I currently are, and he knows that's where his team needs to go and play. They gotta try and take control of this high ground. Terrorblade Illusion is starting to be a little bit of a problem, especially with the +8 seconds. Alright, thank you, Windows Defender. Good to Invisibility. It does really feel like this game is just going to come down to these next couple of team fights, and Sparking Arrow looking for the little bit of extra safety net, just trying to get this BKB on the anti-mage. It feels like we have only seen AM in like one actual fight this game, which is this fight that he kind of baited up top, and then what was supposed to be the next fight was just him dying back to back over here. Roshan respawning in 30 seconds. All right, here comes the BKB. Abyssal Blade queued up next. Terrorblade. 2.2k. Kunkka still wants the AC. Did we have any interesting neutral items? I think I saw an Orb of Destruction somewhere. Why does nobody have this backpacked? We're gonna backpacked Orb of Destruction, please. What else? There's like a repair kit. Yeah, Phoenix is carrying the repair kit. We're getting Craggy Coat. Oli still hogging the Philosopher's Stone. Other than that, only another minute or so until next tier of item coming out. Didn't have any, no spider legs. No spider legs for Dire, unfortunately for them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And the rat game continues, but Roshan is already up. Radiant have scouted this. They got a courier in there, so both teams are aware of the stakes. And she's available. Fly already in there, going to work. Anti-Mage not choosing to come back. Actually just gonna focus on the tier 3. Glyph gonna come out. Roshan half HP. Still going. All right, Anti-Mage blink away, coming over. Wants to fight. They're throwing the Chain Frost in there. They're gonna try and cover it with Nova. They've also got the Poison Nova on them. This is trouble. Terrorblade, he's still got a lot of lifesteal though, and he's gonna be okay. He picks up the Aegis. JT trying to retreat. BKB getting forced out. Got the Sunray. And IG looking for the retreat up onto the high ground. But here comes the blink forward. Only forced to ulti the Phoenix. Not really gonna get Kaka out of here, unfortunately. And In the end, he will fall. Quap was blinking forward, hoping for the catch with the Yules. Not going to find anything, and IG will be able to retreat out with their prize. Aegis and Cheese claimed. But Sparking Arrow should still be able to punish a little bit off this. Now much did... Okay, Am didn't get to hit that bottom tower too much more. And here comes our next tier of neutral items. Ugh, Havoc Hammer. Well, you tried. You know, you can't get lucky all the time.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And there's the Shivas for the Quap. Still on level 23, so still a little ways to go until the Fear. Oh, Courier. Watch out. Oh, Ags? Oh, okay. Alright. Ags for the Terrorblade. There you go. What's this? So 3.75 seconds here. People always talk about Dark Willow with the Varus. Move over, Dark Willow. You're out of here. The new biggest oversight, and he has himself an Aghanim Scepter to combo the Arena of Blood, to hopefully lock down the Anti-Mage, and to maybe lead his team to victory. So it does. It's a standalone ability now, so it's not quite so bad, but still, I mean, 90-second cooldown. AM continuing to wrap bottom. Kaka trying to hold this out. And we are about to get into a situation where both teams just have their high grounds left. These added powers are really not too much of an obstacle at this point. AM cutting mid under the safety of his ward a little bit. It's going to be a Yule trying to keep this creep wave alive. AM ups the Manta to try and finish the wave and then immediately blinks away. Have to kind of keep in mind the situation that he's playing in here, as he now picks up a Moon Shard, just immediately consumes it up and goes right back to ratting. Does a little bit about the mindset for Sparking Arrow here. I can imagine that they've probably seen the Ags over on the Terrorblade, maybe a little bit more hesitant to take an actual fight. I got Timeless Relic being picked up along with the Prince's Knife. Is any of that super useful? Ours is carrying around a Flicker. Got a Mad Clamp for the Quap, Flicker of Rubik, also it's our Horn for the Quap. And we got one left for IG, man. They both got Flicker. Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled in these fights for it. Blade has some real inventory management to do. So okay, he's got the Prince's Knife. Anything for some more lockdown. Anti-Mage is still top. Ready to TP back if needed. What do they see? They head up onto the high ground. They spot OP. They got a little ward action up here as well. Queen of Pain with the Minotaur Horn just staying on the front lines. Doesn't quite have the level 25 just yet. Harassment on the Fly. Doesn't have the Prince's Knife out. And the stun coming forward. He's taking a decent amount of damage here. So trouble for the Terrorblade. He does still have the Aegis. Anti-Mage making the attempt on the high ground. They are going to get the TP back from the Kunkka. Red Panda dragging in Fly. They've already used the False Promise here. And Kunkka actually straight up TP back. Didn't use the X. He is stuck there, and I just having to go for the retreat. They did already lose the tier 3 tower. Repair kit going to work, and Anti-Mage immediately back at farm stations, working his way towards this Abyssal Blade. We do have an X up on Kaka. Man, IG are throwing everything that they have in the lockdown for this Anti-Mage. They really just need that first stun to connect. I mean, what's there even to contend with? It's like just a Glimmer Cape, pretty much, as save at that point. So I am gonna have to be so careful with the BKB usage. Though we may also he may also end this game without taking another fight. We'll have to see. This could just be good old rat. Smoked up. IG, what do they see? Don't have eyes on the answer. Do have a okay, so Timeless Relic on the Phoenix. Pretty nice. They're in here. They've actually got their waves in a pretty good position. Anti-Mage is okay, now showing top. Aegis is being reclaimed. That's a little bit problematic for Flyfly to do jump forward. This is a really long duration, but OP not really stunned in the best position, and they're able to put them back somewhat. Flyfly, this is the Metamorphosis popped, and they're losing racks at top. DD's keeping them here. Here's the fear. Chain Frost trying to split it up a little bit. Nicely done. Emo, stolen spear, fourth pop the BKB. Anti-Mage just raxing them. Backdoor protection did kick in a little bit. Emo's already up here, just holding it back, but Sparking Arrow making the defense. JT thinking about sticking around a little bit longer, but they just cannot fight with Terrorblade's Metamorphosis duration ready, starting to tick low, and that might be the opportunity for Sparking Arrow to get something done here while the Metamorphosis is down. We'll have to see. Oh, please don't start. Come on, don't start the slideshow Dota now. This is not what we want. Come on. I really don't want to reconnect at this point. You can try one more time. Okay, no, we're stabilizing now. We're stabilizing. And what do you got? That does not look like that. Yeah, that does not look like an Abyssal Blade to me, but all right, just gonna be going for Satanic. Is it time to ditch treads? It's apparently time to ditch treads. So AM is very slide. I don't know, maybe you start giving away some moon shards eventually, but I guess he's still got an Ags to consume, sure. The Ags could actually be pretty nasty this game. Ooh. Well, let's check in with Gaben. Win probability still favoring Sparking Arrow. I think it's going to take pretty serious death on the Anti-Mage or something like that to too much. Sparking Arrow are trying to make some kind of a punish out of this Metamorphosis being on cooldown, or at least getting out here, getting some vision. This is a very long duration stun on the Spear of Mars from the Rubik, so they're gonna have to be careful over on the side of IG. What can they do? What do they got a little bit of vision just from their Terrorblade illusions and whatnot, but and AM sizing up his chances against the TV illusion. Terrorblade not level 25 just yet. Dude, are we gonna get some plus 240 attack range plus Princess Knife chicanery? Is that the plan? OP just waddling around with his gem. Oli also has a gem, so D-wards galore both sides. Anti-Mage almost level 30, so what's he gonna get? 15 attack speed, 12 agility, the uncontrollable illusion, and 20% magic resist. Seems good. Seems good. He is probably far and away the highest level in this game. Kunkka actually, you know, kind of nipping at his... went for the Tidebringer cleave. It does have the full Daedalus completed, so... Emo keeping pace this game, getting some nice farm. Quap is going to be going back for a Lincoln Sphere here. That Minotaur Horn, I think, actually going to come in pretty handy. And we are, what? We're moving towards... Well, we're moving towards 60 minutes, but it's going to take a while to get there. Ooh, they see the Terrorblade. Can they make any kind of a go on him? He's actually out there pretty much all by himself. But the Radiant do not know that, or do they? Oh, they see that the Oracle is not here. Terrorblade, you gotta be here, bud. They see the Oracle split up. Red Panda's pinging. He's like, can we make a go on this man? Okay, but they are smoking over. Rest of IG trying to connect to their carry. Sparking Arrow, it's also their turn to smoke. Anti-Mage TP top, so they know that they can force this fight, and the AM won't be able to be here. They're going forward. Kaka finds the Lich. There is an immediate force staff, plus the Sonic Wave pushback. They are in full retreat mode on the side of Sparking Arrow, and they will get everybody out. And still a couple of heroes smoked, wanting to clear out this mid wave. Shiva's clears it. Minotaur Horn actually just pops the BKB. Okay. 9-second BKB being used there just to make sure. What do we got? Alright, AM, here comes wait, does... I guess he needs to stay back, actually. Or is he already... What do we got? Let's Lincoln Sphere going somewhere. That's a Lincoln's for the quad. Yeah, alright. Quap Lincolns. AM with some boots to travel. Is this really where this game is going to go? Are we really just not going to have any team? Anti-Mage just completely rat this one out. All right, here we go. Level 30. He's maxed. He still has not finished farming though, folks. Still got a couple more. You gotta get your egg. Gotta eat it. There's a process here. Meanwhile, Aghanim's Blessing available on the old Roshan. We do already have the Aghanims consumed for the Terrorblade. Gale goes in. Roshan is dropping pretty quickly. OP once again with the Poison Nova. What have they stolen from the Mars? Here comes the Spear, pushing JT a little bit further back. Anti-Mage in the backlines. He's found the Phoenix. Can they focus down the Supernova? I don't know if they're going to be able to. They're trying. They're doing their best. Fly with the auto attack, trying to bring down the clock. Here comes the stuns. Anti-Mage in the middle of everything. He's being X'd. OP's down. Fly is dishing out way too much damage. Anti-Mage with the immediate buyback. They have to get in here fast if they want to stop this. Roshan looks like he doesn't want to die to the Terrorblade. He's bashing him. Snare flies in, but looks like it will be everything claimed for the side of IG. AM just manning up in the middle of all of that, and as soon as the Terrorblade figured out that he was there, just turned his attention his way and makes mincemeat out of him. I mean, did they even get anything? No. Well. Alright, I guess now going Rapier. He's got the Aghanim's Blessing. Alright, I got Torrent Storm ready to rock and roll. No, AM no buyback. Ooh, Dota Plus is still not convinced yet, folks. It still believes, though we are moving in that IG direction. Alright, well I guess you don't have to save for buyback anymore, Anti-Mage, so there you go. They are heading top. Terrorblade moving into position to defend. Does not have the Metamorphosis for a little bit. Has the Prince's Knife. Reflection, but the immediate Manta and the rest of IG just farming elsewhere, pressuring and looking for some kind of a pick off, but Sparking Arrow. What can they do? Well, Felix is actually still hanging around up here. I guess he doesn't really have anywhere better to be, so may as well chill. Maybe you can cut a wave, buy a little bit more time. Anti-Mage is also queuing up Rapier. All right. I really thought, based on the draft this game, it was going to be, you know, quick one way or the other. Either IG were going to get the ball rolling and just completely steamroll the Anti-Mage, or they're not going to succeed and Anti-Mage was going to hit this timing and he would be an unstoppable monster. What I did not account for was, you know, it being so even and Anti-Mage dying twice with the Aegis, which has led into the situation where Fly has overtaken him on the net worth, just furiously swapping things into their backpacks. AM's got the Blessing, so to remind you, it's a longer stun, and if you kill somebody with the Mana Void, their highest cooldown ability takes an extra 100 seconds to cool down. So pretty worrying for some of these heroes. Still difficulty pushing up onto the high ground. This Frost Shield is doing work. Fly just focusing everything onto it. The glyph has come out. Anti-Mage moving into position, trying to work through the backdoor protection currently. Emo coming TPing back, looking for the lockdown on him, potentially just hoping for the straight up torrent. They are going to get the long range lift back, keeping the Terrorblade here. He's still got that Terror Wave. Got to be careful of him. They're just buying time, poking, prodding. Oli there, keeping his Terrorblade in fighting shape. He just still has decent duration. And Emo gonna be the one to hold this off. As AM, I mean, at this point, does he even? What do you ditch? The BOTs go in your backpack for rape? Like, I think he might still need Battle Fury at the moment. Not like they've got very many racks down. Fly 90 seconds. He still needs a backpack refresher for sure. But power still still stand strong. Lich can get to 25. This might get even more difficult. Terrorblade, they've got the heals for him, but once again, Fly trying to get up onto the high ground is going to be rebuffed. Anti-Mage switching lanes to bottom. Kunkka is still showing at top, but now immediately TPing over to mid. They're going to make another attempt. He'll get the long spear back onto the Terrorblade, kind of isolating him from his team. He does have the Aegis though, so it's not too much of a problem. Fly immediately throwing out the Sunder. Here comes the combination onto the Lich. Sonic Wave with the pushback. Anti-Mage looking for the rat opportunity. He's still bottom. Spear through, pushing them around. IG, they just want these racks, but there's the fear. Sparking Arrow still pushing them back. Here comes the Yules. They're controlling the Terrorblade nicely. Anti-Mage focusing on the buildings. Looks like it might just be a Rax trade as here comes the Chain Frost bounces. That's life number one. Felix doesn't have a whole lot of mana. He had the stolen Torrent Storm. I don't know if it really did all that much. TB flickering backwards. Not the direction that he was hoping for. And over at bottom, somehow, Anti-Mage, all of his efforts, was not actually able to claim that tier 3. But the Rack's still standing over at mid. And I don't think Anti-Mage interested in getting in any kind of a fight with Terrorblade. Gonna keep on farming it up. 5k gold worth of progress towards his rapier. Does he almost have 5 back? Still 2.5 minutes cooldown. And you know, heck, at this point we may as well leave it on the buyback status. What else do we have? We've got 1,000 last hits for this Anti-Mage. Alright, XP per minute is a bit buggy, but I don't know. I don't know if net worth is really that useful to look at the moment. Is it meaningful? I mean, Lich only has 7k, but well, I suppose we hunker down. We hunker down for some level 30s. We hunker down for some 60-minute neutral items, and see if that can be the difference maker. And also we sit here and we cross our fingers and really hope that we don't have too much lag or too many problems as we get towards the conclusion of this game. And what you up to? What gold does Quap have? 7.5k. Actually, yeah, what's the current gold? So TB has 9k. Quap has 7.3, Kunkka's sitting on almost 7k. There is an insane amount of unspent gold in this game. Emo's also got a rapier queued up. We saw that a little bit earlier. Sparking Arrow, smoking out. This is the vision situation currently. Banner is coming up in a second. They do see the real Terrorblade over at mid. They don't know who is behind him. A pretty aggressive jump forward, not knowing where anybody is. Fortunately for DD, the IG gank squad was elsewhere on the map looking for something, and they're now moving into position behind the Terrorblade. Anti-Mage in a decent spot at bottom, already has that wave somewhat threatened in, so difficult decision for IG to make. Who's going to go and deal with Anti-Mage, or are they just going to rush down mid? Once again, it looks like they're actually going to look for the Anti-Mage, thinking he might be here on the bounty. They break him up. Can he escape this? Okay, they actually X the... Oh, the X got reflected. Oh, clutch use of the counter spell. Anti-Mage didn't even, oh my god, he didn't even have his BKB in his inventory. So if they had actually got that first bit of lockdown, yeah, all right, it's time for BKB to come in. And rapier as well. Okay, so his BOT's backpack, what do they got? Over at mid, they've got the Yules on the Quap. He's got the Minotaur Horn, so able to just get the little jump away. Torrent Storm going wild, not really finding anything. That's Felix's Torrent Storm. Fly running forward into that one. Kunkka, maybe once he gets the level 30, it'll be a little bit more impressive. Metamorphosis pops, they get the fear pushback. Here comes the heal. Factor protection is in effect. Fly with the flicker forward. I don't know if that's quite where he was wanting to go, but at least got the dispel. JT jumping in. He's got the hex. They've got the lockdown onto the Rubik. Is that going to be enough damage to bring him down? The Metamorphosis Fear also controlling as IG just going for it. Anti-Mage is just inside of the base. The glyph is being popped. DD trying to waste their time with the Octarine Core. He's still got his Yule. He's still doing okay. Fly doesn't have the agent here, needing to be careful. He's being disarmed out. They got the heals for him. Chain Frost is still bouncing. They're gonna push out the Phoenix Sun just to try and cover the retreat, but Sparking Arrow, they're not even looking for kills. They're just wasting their time. Anti-Mage has already taken out 2 lanes of racks over at top, and now he's looking for this kill on Fly. All right, decides against blinking on top of the Terrorblade. Will just blink himself backwards, but very successful hold or very successful trade, I guess you could call it, for Sparking Arrows. Now they march their way down the mid lane. Can they get? They don't have any vision inside the enemy base. Roshan could potentially be up already. He will be respawning in about 30 seconds time. Oh, poor Terrorblade. This is so painful to see. He's just getting kited to the ends of the earth over Panda. Oh, we've seen this story before. It's up, caught out, brought down. Everyone moving into position for the Roshan. That is really the big objective for both teams. Is AM 10k gold sitting there. Terrorblade. Still no refresher. I guess still needs buyback. Everybody needs buyback. All right, here we go. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, Aghanim Blessing. Roshan is giving us all that he can give at this point. If this is not enough for you to end this game, we're just gonna have to wait until we get our final tier of neutral items. But who's even gonna take anything here? I guess what? Who's got the best Ags? I don't even know. We may not even get to think about it because we do have the Terrorblade coming in trying to intercept. Did they manage to grab anything? Kaka was trying with the courier, but not gonna work. We have seen that play made before. They do actually get to jump over onto the Venomanther. He's being hexed up with the lift, preventing the spear. OP gun still going to be brought down. He's the one with the Aegis Blessing coming in. Anti-Mage is actually just going for the enemy base. Rubik's dead. That's no buyback for him. Double kill for Emo. All right, Anti-Mage is all here by himself. Do they get any vision on him? He shows himself now. Blink straight forward. Do they have the lockdown? Here comes the glyph. Blink backwards. And he is going to be okay. Oh my god, Anti-Mage is playing a dangerous game at this point, but I guess this is what he needs to do. Can God King live up to his name and win this one? Do you donate a Moonshard to your Quap? No, you buy a backup rapier. I guess that also makes sense. Quap's going Dagon level 3, has the Refresher Shard. Actually, the Refresher Shard on Quap is going to be pretty nasty. Double Scream, double Sonic Wave. Oh, Anti-Mage. They want you. They've got the Hex. They have the lockdown. Here comes the boat. He's pretty tanky. He's got the counter spell up. And they didn't actually have any of the big damage dealing cores. He's just going to go for the BKB TP out. AM has had enough of this, and he is going all the way back to the safety of his fountain. Is that going to be a problem, though? He's actually going to let them take control back of all of the waves. So Terrorblade is heading top. He's got Boots of Travel 2 and a Rapier. Kunkka's got a Rapier. There's still a tier 2 in the top lane. I remember giving my little speech like 30 minutes ago about, oh yeah, they're about to be down to just outer, just base buildings on both teams. Oh my god, Mirror Shield on Anti-Mage. Seems good, seems good. Pirate Hat? Do you even think about using it? I guess the 150 attack speed is actually pretty gnarly at this point. We got Seer Stone. Who's that could be good on? Actually, any of these heroes with the Hex from long range could be pretty nice. What else? Show me some more final tier. Fallen Sky. Oh man. Maybe we'll get some use out of it. Who knows? I guess Rubik does have a Venomancer. Alright. I guess it's just a nice blink replacement for him. Oh, Ex Machina. Dead. Anti-Mage, why are you TPing here? Hello, sir. Why didn't he X him? I guess what, he's got the mirror shield? Is that the problem? I guess he could have BKB TP'd away, but... Alright, they've both got Book of the Dead. Ice Frog is screaming. He's watching this game. He is begging for it to be over. Dagon 5 for the Quap. Who else is level 30? Anyone? Still nobody else. Man, Anti-Mage farms like a monster. Alright, so yeah, we got Stash Rapier, we got regular Rapier, we got Refresher for the TP, and another 9k. Anti-Mage is rat in the lanes. He's out there. You thought that one day Anti-Mage would finish farming. This game has shown you that as a carry player, there is always more farming to do. I think he's been playing this completely right. This is not a criticism of the playstyle of the Anti-Mage here. Smoke forward from IG. What can they find? OP breaks it. He gets hexed up. Felix with the Lich, holding them back. They've already lost the Lich. Jumping forward is the Queen of Pain. Getting locked down. Here comes the Fear. Is going to be able to Eul's herself. Maybe get the Blink away. DD's going to be all right. Anti-Mage looking for the opportunity for the Mega Creeps. Here comes the Sonic Wave, trying to keep the creeps outside of their base. That 1.8k crit makes mincemeat of the Queen of Pain. I don't know if Mega Creeps are going to matter. Emo's just going for end here. Buyback coming in. Frost Shield protecting a little bit. Anti-Mage also going for the base race. He's got one Tier 4 down. Here comes Sonic Wave. They've also got the lift on the TV. One Tier 4 apiece. Here is heading back to defend. They've left Fly all by himself, and he is standing his ground with the Metamorphosis attack range. Out comes the BKB. BKB TP out. He's looking for it. Anti-Mage still fighting. Blinking around here. Can he finish off Kaka? He gets one with the Mana Void. Emo doesn't have any mana. JT needs a spear, knocking it back. That's going to be Anti-Mage dead, but he does have a buyback available. Oh, Lord. All right, so we have a Rapier on the deck. Anti-Mage lost, so what, he lost his Rapier over there. Emo lost his Rapier here, so they just traded Rapiers, I believe. So Kunkka's got Anti-Mage's Rapier. Anti-Mage, once he respawns, is gonna have Kunkka's Rapier. He got the Mega Creeps. Mars has a Rapier. What's our Rapier count? So 1, 2, 3 on the Dire, and then Anti-Mage has... They've got this one waiting in the base, and one more in the stash. 5 Rapiers. Here we go, boys. IG, high ground time. We're going to switch it over to the buyback status. This could very well be our last fight. There are creeps in other Metamorphosis being popped. OP not on the front lines, popping everything, trying to survive. They're trying to pop Fly. He gets the BKB off. They're focusing onto the Ancient. They do have the growth available. That's going to buy them a little bit more time. Anti-Mage manning up on the Terrorblade, deciding better of it in the end. They've lost the Venomancer. They're losing the life on their Ancient. Can they hold? JT still punching, but they're dead. Terrorblade flies back, but immediately getting controlled by the old. He's the only one alive. Fly. He can't get the last auto attacks that they need. Ancient on 600 HP. Other Ancient being swarmed by Mega Creeps. IG realized that is the end of this game. They're gonna tap out. GG all. Here's what I have imagined that this game would end up like this, but if Anti-Mage getting that Aegis and throwing it away, well, not throwing.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everybody. More DPL-CDA action. We've only, unfortunately, got the one best of 3 for you tonight. It's IG versus Sparking Arrow Gaming. This is game number 2, but it has been a hell of a best of 3 so far. If you didn't catch game number 1, I definitely encourage you to go back and give it a look. It was not the cleanest, the pristinest Dota in the entire world, but it was pretty darn well entertaining. So heading into our draft here for game number 2, things have not changed too much. I think it might actually be, is it almost exactly the same bands?
Oh yeah.
We'll check it out. We'll go look at Dota buff. It'll tell us what's up. But it does look pretty familiar overall. I think the only question mark was not sure if AA was banned first round in the previous game.
10 seconds.
No. So we had the Chen getting banned out, and we also it's AA instead of Chen. That is literally the only difference here in the bans. And we will have a little bit of a swap up this time around. We've got IG over on the Radiant. I believe that they actually took.
Dire team pick.
Wait. Oh yeah, so Sparking Arrow took second pick and IG took Radiant. Right. And then in the previous game, Sparking Arrow took first pick. So IG have selection priority this time, they took Radiant. Sparking Arrow took second pick. That's how it works out. We got Lich as the first overall pick. Nobody wants the Mars apparently. And Sparking Arrow really wanting this Venomancer again. It's a really different look to pick Venomancer here in the first phase than it is to pick it in the second phase, though. I think it looked like a pretty decent Veno pick when it came out for Sparking Arrow, or at least it seemed like they had this plan around it. I'm not so sure this time around. It would be kind of funny if we saw IG take the anti-mage for themselves. I don't know what Sparking Arrow think of as being the best Venomancer counter. I don't even know if it's necessarily going to be position 3 this game. I think there can still be a place for like Veno carry or Veno mid. It's very much all about just like an all-in pushing lineup really, but it can be something to kind of look out for. And IG already dipping into their reserve time here, thinking about how exactly they want to deal with Venomancer, or what I guess what carries they're comfortable with playing up against the Veno. I do think Fly is probably thinking about it, especially if he's the one actually doing the majority of the drafting. You're like, what do I actually want to play against Veno? They might just pick their other support and keep things open here, though I don't know exactly what position 4 they would go for. Maybe like a clock could be okay. But no, okay, Fly takes the time to think about what he wants against the Venomancer, and he is going to come back PL. So now they have to ban some PL counters. I'm kind of interested to see what their like #1 PL counter that they worry about is. Maybe Lesh getting banned in this spot. What else? I guess they still have to maybe worry about like Storm Spirit as well. But okay, just gonna be the Underlord. So still giving some credence to the idea that having picked the Phantom Lancer, that Sparking Arrow might move the Venomancer away from the PL's lane and kind of move it elsewhere, which I think very well could for Sparking Arrow. The other thing that Sparking Arrow, of course, can do is they can always just bump the Venomancer all the way down to a position 5. I'm not a huge fan of position 5 Veno, but it is something that can work in circumstances. Or if you absolutely need it to, you can kind of jam any hero into position 5. Just ask your position 5 death prophets and stuff out there. It has happened. Sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, so Sparking Arrow, you need the Phantom Lancer. There's already the Lich who's going to delay your pushes somewhat. I kind of like the concept of the Lesh track, but I feel like the Lesh and the Veno might get punished in kind of similar ways, or you're just begging the enemy team to pick some hero that's going to buy an early pipe and just kind of laugh at you. If they did that, I could quite easily see like a Centaur coming out for IG or something like that. In the previous iteration of CDA last season, which was actually just a couple of weeks ago now, we did actually have a lot of priority on the Centaur. It seemed to be as big of a deal. So what else do they want? I mean, if they're gonna angle the storm, it's gonna be later. No, okay. Well, I said that Chan made it through, so it looks like Sparking Arrow might just be going for this kind of all-in push strat. Can still definitely work. It's still an option. I'm just gonna have to see this, and they are going to have to respond appropriately. What do I like here, actually? Like maybe a bit more D-push from your 4? Like, I don't know, maybe you want like a 4 Lina or something here. Burst damage would not be bad either. I still kind of like the idea of from the 4. Like, as much as it's kind of annoying with the Rubik being able to lift you out, I still think a Clockwork or something could be alright here. Like, you've the feeling the way that this draft is going to go, they're going to have the inevitability with the Phantom Lancer no matter what. Like, it's going to get to the point where in this draft, if it gets late enough with the Phantom Lancer, I think the Phantom Lancer is just going to win. I don't think Sparking Arrow are looking at playing a long game against this PL. And as I say that, they just immediately pick up Anti-Mage. Oh my god. Is this just alright? Wait, are the carries both the drafters on both of these teams? That's actually pretty unique, right? I can't think of. There aren't that many teams where the position 1 is also the drafter. Of course, it could. There's always something to be said about it being like a collaborative thing, or maybe there's a coach or whatever. But it is interesting to see the carries on both teams. So Earth Spirit comes out, Anti-Mage immediately rolls up. I mean, it is a decent 1-to-1 matchup against the Phantom Lancer. You farm pretty nicely, you're gonna buy a Battle Fury. Alright, IG, this is what we're looking for. Get the Legion Commander, get yourself a Purge. Get a nice pressure hero against the Anti-Mage. Always gonna be good to have. We still kind of have this question of where the Venomancer is going. I still really don't want him to go to the off lane, but they might just be forced to. in the end. Though I think he's just gonna feed if he plays offlane, and that's the other really nice thing about having somebody like the Earth Spirit is that Venmo is very susceptible to ganks, and they just don't have the same situation here that they had in the previous game, where like when it was the Phoenix Oracle Terrorblade, how are you gonna go on Venmo? It's just not gonna happen. But with the Earth Spirit or the Legion, it's gonna be much easier. Phantom Lance is even gonna be able to pressure him. I don't know if I like.
Radiant team ban.
I don't know if I like Sparking Arrow's draft so much this game. Conquer getting banned. All right, we still just got last game on the brain. I guess it could work. I just kind of have their bases covered. They can really pick whatever they want for mid, though it does. They are picking blind, so could get counterpicked pretty heavily. Probably have to grab something that doesn't care too much about that. But I think they could even, IG could even win this just by going like full tricore. I think, because I don't think you're gonna get run over by an anti-mage lane. So anti-mage did get off to a pretty hot start in the previous game. You may not necessarily remember, but he was like he had that random death going to get his ring of health, and then he got like 4 kills in a row, and then got an insanely fast Fury. Actually, just picking up the Lina at the end. I guess just the mid Lina. Maybe. What else could they do here? They could run Earth Spirit middle, but I can't really imagine that happening. So they do just sort of have this full tricore sort of setup. And Sparking Arrow, what can you go for here? Can they Pugna? Yeah, how do I don't know. How do you pick a cheese hero if you've already picked anti-mage? Like if they just wanted this to be a cheesy push line, they should have just picked like a jug or something, right? Or even just like position one less track. But instead they have AM chilling. So maybe they have to do something different here. But do they have to pick Storm? Game kind of sucks initially, but then after a while you just start killing relentlessly. They do have a decent amount of lockdown for a Storm, so it's like not a free Storm game. It is good against the Phantom Lancer as well, and certainly good against the Lina. So
you may now select.
No, okay. Sparking Arrow, you just go for. They go for a Dragon Knight. Another pretty good hero against the Phantom Lancer. You're gonna have a lot of they've got some good AoE now for the PL, but this draft just got real weird. I don't know. We'll have to see. Could still be AM getting off to a decent timing, but I think this game, JT is going to get some revenge. He had a pretty tough time playing against that AM in the previous game, but Legion Commander much more able to just kind of get your points up in Moment of Courage and just slap anti-mage into submission. So very different situation, and I think going to be very different with the Chen instead of the Lich. Just because a couple of the kills that the anti-mage got was just because of the strength of Lich's kit, right? He had to dump like 600 mana to get those kills because he had to use all 3 of his spells, but the combination of the Frost Shield and the Blast and getting the Ninja Gaze was getting the anti-mage kills, so we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what Emo can do here on the Lina, or see if Sparking Arrow Gaming with 2 anti-mage games in a row are going to be taking this series 2-0. They were the champions of the previous league of CDA. This is their very first game here in DPL-CDA, or this is their very first series. And let's see if they can walk away with a clean 2-0. Let's get you guys the right overlay before I get yelled at. Nice. Are they dodging? All right, so they're dodging the Legion, but they need to scout the lanes. They can't really afford to show the Venomancer. All right, Ruby comes in here under cover of smoke, pops down a ward. Emo is just trees in case anybody tries to come and do the little tower trick to deward his ward. Alright, so yeah, Sparking Arrow really just trying to scout these lanes so that they can set them up the way that they want and get their anti-mage away from the Legion Commander. JT already just queuing up full armlet. Seems to know what his plan is this game. Alright, so I guess we should just leave it on...
Seconds to battle.
Maybe leave it on Dire Vision for a second, see what they see. I mean, just fly down here. But they show Felix and Red Panda. Seems like at least initially they're gonna get the matchups that they're hoping for. Kakar is just scouting for wards mid. He is really not gonna find this one up on the cliff. I don't think there's any way.
The battle begins.
All right. What will land swaps be? Or were both teams trying to block this camp? I mean, I guess they're both gonna get their wish in the end. Kaka's gonna come up here and is like, all right, see ya. But they're probably wondering, like, wait, why did they block this camp? Oh wait, here's Venomancer. Maybe that makes a little bit more sense. And the immediate TP bottom. Wait, oh, wait, he started the TP, but he canceled. Okay, so JT is just stuck here now.
Next try.
Guess they decided that they're actually happy with the Legion versus the Veno. But this seems like this is where Anti-Mage wants to be. I guess we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting to have the carry versus carry in the lane. I guess Legion still gets okay farm here and then might just be able to get ganking a little bit earlier since it'll, for the most part, be a 1v1. Felix is trying to get access to the pull camp, but Kaka is really denying it to him at the moment. Probably blocking that up. Man, mid lane is a snooze fest. Let's go mid lane. Bottom lane's where the action is. Anti-Mage already getting pressured back. And just relying on the Chen regen currently to keep him sustained. Kind of a somewhat greedy rush on the Ring of Health. Felix, what's he do back here? Right, walking back after clarities. Now Kaka is walking all the way bottom, so it seems like maybe they're thinking about tri-laning the AM. They do keep the root down here. Only gonna take a little bit of extra damage as a surprise. Okay, so tri-lane versus tri-lane. I mean, top lane goes. It does seem like Jade is kind of moving into position just to try and back lane, but OP wants to keep on chase. Can't chase for too long. Just want to miss the CS. It's only going to get the experience for that one. Oh, roll forward. Does somehow turn the corner and makes the connection onto Red Panda, who is very quickly going to be brought down. Fully secures that first blood, and I think we're going to see this game that Sparking Arrow do not have the best tri-lane. That is for sure. I mean, it's okay, but I really don't think you're going to be tri-laning your anti-mage here. And already I'd be getting off to a good start on the network. OP really wanted to pressure GT, who looks like he's also thinking about jungling a little bit with the creep waves. And OP not doing the best CSing under this tower. Alright. 2.7. But why do I even bother clicking on this lane? Just look at the CS up here. That's all you need to know about mid lane, folks. And Venomancer is really trying to put the pressure onto JT. He can always just purge, he can always just TP. I mean, he is actively missing a whole wave just to try and stop JT from getting too much here. There's a glyph, and JT actually TPing all the way back to the well. I guess he doesn't. I guess he can probably walk out in time, right? This wave's not gonna. He's gonna die out of this wave before he gets back here. But no, he might be stuck in the lane for a little bit, which is not where he wants to be. What's up, JT? Alright, grab you a little bit of extra HP. So the one thing he needs to be careful of now is how much damage he's actually going to take on his tier 1 tower, because there is a lot of very angry creeps, and OP once he gets to level 5 could consider getting that second point up in the play board. So this could be some pretty decent damage. DD is somehow zoning back emo a little bit on mid, though. He's gonna have something to say about that. We got the 2 position 4 is battling it out. But the root is actually top. DD trying to dodge the sun, but Emo is still gonna actually grab it. And that is so important for him that he gets the full bottle refill. Red Spirit not TPing top. Oh, they're not gonna make the go. Lots of damage on OP. He's been slowed down, and JT getting moment of courage procs like crazy off this huge creep wave. Fairy Fire does come out. Felix still only level 1, but that is going to be enough to put an end to JT's aggression, and does seem like IG are going to be able to deal with this creep wave at the end of the day. OP does not have a salve or anything to heal back up. Yeah, you really need to not stand near your creep wave when it's so big. It's only 1 overwhelming odds, but it's absolutely choking the Pinmancer, who is standing just a little bit too close. JT with the purge off. Kaka does not have the mana for a roll, which is actually gonna save OP life in this situation. Does that create an opportunity for Felix to go and snipe a bounty? Yes, it does. So it's going to be 3 for Sparking Arrow. And in bottom lane, Anti-Mage is actually doing all right. He's got the Hill Troll Priest healing him up. Okay, that's one way to deal with the lane with decent harassment. Fly is also picked the Ring of Health, though the build of the Phantom Lancer really seems to become just getting hood every single time. Ken's just jungling. Well, I can get away with this. This is gonna be pretty nice, but we'll see. Felix really needs some experience. Rotation mid from Kaka. I don't think you're really killing Dragon Knight. Comes in, pops a ward down. Maybe if they kick him under tower or something. They've also got the rotation coming in from Oli, kicking him sideways. Not quite what they were hoping for. Perhaps there's a double damage waiting up at top. Felix gets eyes on it to be able to deny it. He does, but that's going to cost him his life. There is a but even choosing not to use it now. Felix surviving for a little bit longer, forced to use the roll forward. They're saving the damage for the Dragon Knight. He's got a Fairy Fire, but there's good burst, more lockdown, auto attacks coming through. Emo a little bit light on mana, can't quite finish the kill. He's gonna lose the Lich to the tower, and Felix ready from beyond the grave with the tip. Okay, it just ends up being a support for support trade. Carries still staring each other down at bottom. And the Venomancer doesn't have any items. I've just been fairing region this whole time. It really doesn't feel like he's got a whole lot of progression going. I guess he's got the wand at least, but. And what? He's got a windlace coming out. Yeah, he's bought a lot of consumables, I think. Actually, fairly close to the net worth. But... DK with the double bracer, 3 points, Dragon's Blood. Good luck killing me build. Flyfly actually needs to be careful once Anti-Mage gets level 6. He's getting pretty close. Couple more creeps and he's on a completely empty mana. Here we go. Level 6 coming up. He fan pushes forward. Here's the 6. I don't think it's going to do that much damage. It's kind of annoying. There's a dive at top. In fact, got the duel over into the Venomancer. Can't quite get the duel damage, but they will still get the kill. Ooh, Boulder Smash, not gonna connect to Felix, and I think even if it had, wouldn't have really been anything. Ooh, Chen rotating down here. I don't know how they do the little bit of extra damage that they need on Flyfly. What's it? So, 0.8 per point, so call it 400 magic resist. 300 damage? Decent, yeah, alright, there you go, 175. He's got the hood, loses his career. Fly still fighting. This man will not give up. 3v1 on the mid lane. DD the Laguna Blade. They didn't have the mana for it last time. This time they do. The OP makes a quick rotation bottom, and that hood is not going to keep Flyfly alive. As he goes down, they keep their catapult alive, and we'll be able to work down this tower. Emo is going to try and put some pressure on the mid-tier one, but doesn't really have a whole lot of mana to be sticking around there, so it looks like instead it will just be JT kind of pressuring top. Though the immediate teleport comes from the Venomancer, so Sparking Arrow hoping to both take power and defend. Felix getting gone on. JT does have the duel available. TP coming in from the Shen, but I don't know if he's going to find that much of a turnaround here at the duel. They need a couple of procs. They will get the winner. Kaka is the target. Nice purge from JT. Gonna get him a little bit further out of the tower range. But that chop still chasing after him. OP with one more Plague Ward. Send him packing, but it's just level 2 Plague Ward. It's not that. Well, anti-mage number 1 on the net worth. Chen, just stacks in here. Radiant Vision, all focusing on the dire jungle, but now that the tier 1 tower has been taken bottom, I think anti-mage just gonna kind of play the camp area. This thing.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, what do we got going on? We got Freighter Perch for the Lina. Chen just rushing a mech, as he is wont to do. Feel like still only level 3. He really needs that, so we're gonna be very happy as we pass.
Oh, take that.
Well, not gonna be so happy as that outpost just got sniped right before 10, and that means no experience for Sparking Arrow. That's a real kick. And OP still trying to hold on to the top tower, but JT's not going anywhere. And the TP coming in from Felix. We saw what happened to him last time. TP mid from Emo. They look towards DD. They do have good burst damage. He's also got a regen runes coming out, but here comes the drag back. Needs to dodge. Walk back into them, and this is a lot of damage. Running forward with a Frost Shield. Red Panda coming in, trying to help out. The Drag Tail is coming off cooldown. DD able to dodge, but here comes the Chain Frost. Only more than enough nuke damage. Can they find some concern around this? Chain Frost is still bouncing, and Emo's got more than enough mana with regen running that entire time. Be able to find OP. Waste a couple of auto attacks. The creep there. Still chasing. Just attacking. Oh, wait, Chen, you're very slow. Hey, buddy. I think it's pretty fast. Looks like it's gonna be okay. Firefly is now the one pressuring top. It's DD comes TPing into. Man, everybody is just rotating every which way. Sage has found his home on the bottom side of the map. Please God, not another 60-minute anti-mage game. I've cursed myself now. What's the item build for the Legion? Okay, so JT just wanted to show the anti-mage as much as possible, and the Venom to an extent. So I'm just gonna go Blink ASAP. Not gonna go for the armor that he had queued up a little bit earlier. Feel like the Doppelganger needs to be careful that there is a geomagnetic grip point on Kaka. Forward, Doppel. Okay. But that was kind of give away the fact that they've got vision. It was maybe not the best. Doppel's going cooldown. Pain Frost stolen. Can he use it? Oh, he can't. And the IG with that rotation kill. Good tier 1 tower. Mid lane Dragon Form up, but this is still a pretty healthy tier 1. And still jungling. AM, what's the status? Battle Fury status. Another minute or two. They don't have that one completed. Emo just picking up heals. Like a little mango tree. Nice. Get some farm over here. Fly. Alright, they found the real one. They've got the stun. Felix has the lift. I'm gonna lift him down the cliff into a couple of attacks. Still on the run. Does he have any vision? He's just gonna doppel further away here to the Phantom, only giving him the vision into the scout. But it's still too much, and Sparking Arrow will be able to hit him down with a 4-man rotation. Can they push the Anti-Mage out of the Radiant jungle in the same way? They are looking for him, but he is already gone. He is not just hanging around. His Battle Fury is on its way, and he has, well, he wishes he had an ancient to farm, but unfortunately it is Prowlers currently, so. Kind of sad life. Chen coming over. Alright. Reasonably timed mech. What is Venomancer going for? Looks like maybe just the Vessel again in this game. DK going for Shadow Blink. You know, kind of in the middle of getting a blink and something like a Maelstrom. It's going to help keep him relevant. Like I said earlier, I do think this is a game where potentially IG could just win it by virtue of having a full Tricore. So if Sparking Arrow want to have anything to say about that, they're still going to have to get some farm on the Dragon Knight, and that's maybe where the Battle Blade is going to come in handy. JT, just going to your full anti-mage build. Also going to be going in for a Shadow Blade a little bit later on. Emo being a little bit greedy, but should be fine with the Boots of Travel, and Phantom Lancer still trying to finish up this Fusel Blade. This Hood Science is a very stable build, but it does take you a little while to kind of get your first big timing ready. Scan, as Red Panda was really hoping to grab this bounty room for himself, but he gets immediately get jumped. Only running forward, they will even get the dual victory damage. Felix finds the grab on Kaka as he rolls forward a little. Maybe a little bit too far. These Chen creeps are still chasing, doing some damage. Another Fade Bolt. Chen creeps getting cleaned up. OP is in here. Fly. Maybe regretting his decision to be so far forward. He's gonna go for the Doppel. This is all space for the anti-mage, who is just working with his Manta. IG really wanting this mid-tier 1 tower, and they're getting some really nice chip damage out of this siege creep. I feel like we need some... Whenever there's an AM just farming in the game, I feel like we need some like nature documentary, whatever. We hide among the trees, and here we see Anti-Mage, his natural habitat, hitting creeps. Elsewhere on the map, interesting things are happening, but not Anti-Mage. He is just farming. Can you tell I'm a support player? That's... My perspective on hitting creeps is maybe a little biased. Anyway, IG roll forward, looking for OP. They need to be careful. Tanky gets the hood off. Poison Nova onto everybody. What have they stolen? That's the Laguna Blade. Felix looking to turn it around. This Chen Frost absolutely decimating the Chen creep population. Kaka's looking for a little bit more, but now he's being stunned inside a tower, and the green Laguna Blade comes through, though it doesn't actually end up claiming the kill. Looks like DD just sneaking in there to finish that one. So 1 for 1 mid. And Phantom Lancer taking over the Dire Jungle. Some mid tier 1 still alive, and Lena with the TP bottom. Needs to be careful, and is actually just manning out currently, but Lena is pretty fast, so she should be able to walk this one off. But I think that was not quite what Emo was hoping for running down here. Do they have the vision? Comes around the corner, he's gonna get heals up, doesn't have a counter spell, but that's not gonna help him against this stun. Felix is down here. Still has this Laguna Blade at the ready. Oh, needs to wait another 15 seconds. We get a clumsy net snagged for the Phantom Lancer. What other neutral items we got? We got a Philosopher's Stone. Ribic chilling with a Keen Optic. We'll wait until we see a few more tier 2s come out, but keep your eyes peeled, folks. Okay, so Diffusal Blade on the Phantom Lancer. Pretty big sign for IG. Should be able to go and make some kind of a play. Lena is also thinking about what is my Hunt the Anti-Mage build. Just also going to be going for a Shadow Blade. Maybe the Lena can go in scout. They can get the duel, follow up with the damage, and that should work for quite some time this game. IG just going to bring everything mid. This is a 5-man rotation. They really want to finish off this tier 1 tower, and Flawfly just going to go charging in. Emo from the side. Anti-Mage is going to go push bottom, and Dragon not interested. Doesn't have the Elder Dragon form. Does not have any interest in trying to defend that. Doesn't see that kind of running over into this area, so needs to keep on moving past the outpost. A little bit of farm, and he's actually just going to pop the Elder Dragon form for, you know, a little bit of farm. Alright, notice that Lena is trying to clear this wave. And what's he gonna do? Could have maybe gone for the next wave, but unfortunately this tier 1 tower is still alive, so if he'd shown, JT could have just immediately TP'd or something and go and find him. And IG definitely gonna be happy if they can take a stop here too. what are Sparking Arrow up to? They're kind of smoked around their AM, just watching him farm.
Dire's top tower is under
Firefly's down here. He is really not the hero that you want to start this fight, but I guess he can hold the wave for a little while they wait for this top tier 2 to be brought down. Legion Commander is just going to be going for Blade down next.
Dire's top tower.
And now the immediate TP over towards mid. They're going to get the jump onto the anti-mage. I don't think they have the damage. There's a lot of healing waiting from the Chen. And Emo comes TPing in. He does have a haste ring to be able to escape, but he gets caught by the lockdown. The stolen stun from the Rubik keeping him there. They will jump in with Fly looking for Felix. They bring him down. Anti-mage looking for the reset. Venomancer getting dragged in further by Oli. And he will also be brought down. Fly making great use of that Diffusal Blade. And will find himself a double.
Tis mine.
Even, you know, hunting for a little bit more. Anti-mage, quick as he came, straight back to the jungle, working for this build once again. I'm gonna kind of scare off JT here. Though not too much that he can actually do. Wait, why would you not? I guess you can go back and get it later. It's not a huge deal. Vision is maybe a little bit lacking. PK is just popping Elder Dragon form for farm every single time. Maybe they'll make another attempt at this mid tower. But it really seems like until Anti-Mage is ready, they're not going to be making any kind of plays. Okay, so trading outposts, Legion. So did pick up the Ogre Axe, but now deciding that, well, JT wants the Blade Mail. Going for BKB, Dragon Knight going BKB. Everybody just wants their item timings, it seems. So, again, we only had like, well, we had like 50 kills in the 70-minute game in the previous game, so it felt kind of similar, also a little bit slow paced. Anti-Mage's actually just going to be going for Butterfly here. And IG straight into the pit. Is there any reason for Sparking Arrow to suspect that this is happening? This is actually a little bit unexpected, I think mostly because of the Deso on the Lina. So a bit of a gamble from IG perhaps, but looks like it's going to work out pretty nicely for them. I thought maybe with the Deso he would be the one taking the Aegis, but they do give it over to the Phantom Lance. He's just going for this Agate Scepter build. They're using two kind of camps of Phantom Lancer players. There's the people that really a lot of faith and a lot of value in this sort of more new age Ags build, and then there's the people who are all about your more old school, you know, just get stats, get heart, that kind of thing. Personally, I don't know where I sit. I have seen the Ags look decent. I think it's a little bit difficult to get a sense of like the value that the damage is providing you with the bonus agi. I guess it is kind of also a farming item in some ways. Just increasing your mobility that little bit. Yeah, even just going for full right click. I think realizing that if his positioning ever gets compromised, he's just donezo. So you may as well just sit there and auto attack. Maybe even if you've got 3 stacks up and the anti-mage blinks on you, you might even be able to just sit there and hit him. Oh, Fly. Kind of getting gone on here at mid, but he's going to be okay. The rest of his team is showing at bottom. He's going to be the one in the vanguard, trying to defend this for a little bit, as JT will go for the TP. Dragon Knight is still just farming. Every Elder Dragon farm. DD is just pushing out waves, trying to keep pace with the other cores in this game, though he is straggling behind a little bit.
Radiant's top tower is under
All right,
attack.
and he would smoke up.
Dire are scanning.
They got the anti-mage ward on the high ground. All right, well, BKB for the Dragon Knight, but not going to be very useful without the Elder Dragon form. IG, wondering exactly where this anti-mage is being farming. Have they actually blocked camps? No, these are all just like actual D wards. Oh, they got the jump. The duel, but that's Legion Commander losing the mana. They're still pretty tanky on the aim. He throws at the Mach Void. Still standing his ground. Now goes for the jump away, but Phantom Punch is still looking for him. Felix getting hooked. This is a beautiful Chain Frost, clearing up everything. So difficult for Sparking Arrow to escape. This 3 and make it for triple kill for Fly. They did get the Lich, but at what cost? IG definitely stamping their mark on this game. They've still got the Aegis intact. And I don't know, like I said, just very different. It's a very different situation the way that they picked Venomancer and Anti-Mage in game 1 versus game 2. And I mean, AM's back on the rat path, but with this death, so they have already lost the tier 3 at mid. Rax just getting chunked. 2 support can do their best to hold this off, but looks like really no way to stop it. So that is a 25-minute lane of Rax. IG, they lost that previous game. They're done messing around, and they're gonna strike fast in this game. And they've even got more gold lining their pockets now. JT just farming a bit. Lina, despite going for the Deso and the crit stick, is still getting pretty close to the BKB. I guess we'll just have to see what this timing for the anti-mage amounts to. He could still completely, like, if he just jumps the Lina, he could single-handedly just win the whole fight for his team. Because I think it's very possible that the Lina just ends up being collateral damage. Like, the Lina just kills everybody with the collateral damage on the Mana Void. But we do have Asher picked up for the Phantom Lancer as well. And yeah, it really is AM having to 1v3, maybe even 1v5. Maybe we can get some more value out of the Dragon Knight. Once you get level 18, that's going to be pretty nice, but then IG wasting absolutely no time, and just feel like the Venomancer is not a hero at this point. Only 6.6k net worth. I don't want to ward over on the side here, so always thinking about it. All right, runs forward. They've got the vision up onto the high ground. They see Felix. They don't want to jump in. They're just focusing the buildings for now. They still have eyes on the anti-mage at bottom, but this is a very different situation from the previous game. They're hitting a tier 3, and he barely has the damage to get through this tier 2. Now he's coming for the teak back. DD in the backlines can pop the BKB. They're looking for the lane that has to be the target, but JT, good positioning. He gets the immediate purge, so Emo able to just keep on fighting. Fly on the front lines. This is just the first life for the Aegis, but it does get reclaimed. Not the best timing for him, and now he's dead for 65 seconds. Sparking Arrow, they can keep on chasing for more. What can they actually find? They've got eyes on JT, but he gets the blink over into the tree line, and he will escape. DD, ooh, can they find Oli? No, he's gonna get the TP out, and all they get is the Phantom Lancer. Still fantastic kill, but lose the tier 3, and AM, how much more can you find in the next couple of minutes that you've just bought your team? Got Titan Sliver and a Paladin Sword. Kaka showing with the clumsy nets. Got an Orb of Destruction for Dragon. I'm not gonna be pretty happy with that. Helps him take out this mid-tier tower at long last. It'd take him a while. And he's actually gonna be going for a Blink next. I guess they really just need to jump the backlines, especially the Lina. Like, you can't let Lina get away with this build. Though, as I say that, Emo kind of has gotten away with it. He went for the crit Deso, but now he's still gotten back into the BKB. So he is really going to be a force to be reckoned with. And he's got the Fiery Soul talent as well. So if you just let him sit back there and do his thing, he is going to be pumping out a lot of physical damage. Oh, Anti-Mage, maybe feeling confident because he's got his wards. IG now showing themselves at mid. They're just muscling straight in here, but they force in the mid wave and then they just immediately head top. Is this maybe a little bit too brave? Emo leading the charge with a 10-second BKB. They do get half of the HP on this melee barracks. They force out the Elder Dragon form. Then they just immediately retreat. So I guess at this point they will get that out and maybe go gonna make another play. Anti-Mage was kind of getting dragged over in there. And he's actually not even gonna go for the full butterfly, instead opting for a Heaven's Halberd here. So I guess this is gonna give them some more tools against the Legion Commander and against the Lina. Really just keep on farming. Farm. Get some more items going for your team. They will at least come down here and claim an outpost as well, so we're gonna get some experience at 30 minutes, hopefully, unless IG are able to come over and contest. Roshan, potential respawn in 15 seconds. But will, of course, more than likely be a little bit longer than that. And I'm gonna come in and finish what he started at this bottom tier 2 tower. IG moving into position, looking to contest some bounty runes. DD's here. He's got a BKB and a Shadow Blade. He's not going to be the ease targets. Felix is up on the high ground. Maybe looking to break a smoke. Does have a Ghost Scepter, unable to get it off. So it will just be some dual victory damage for JT. Can they find anyone else? He retreated into the trees and he's straight back to mid. When's Roche? Okay, minute and 50 seconds, so it's a little while. Phantom Lancer, the Skull Basher, but now going back for the Butterfly. What's the Venomancer gun? This poor guy is really just not scaling. I think he's gonna go for another Heaven's Halberd. We'll see if these Heaven's Halberds, Heaven's Halberds, I guess, are gonna be the difference maker over Sparking Arrow. Or if we're just going to be getting a game 3. Oh, he blinked forward on the wave. JT's thinking about the go. Here comes the Manta. They still get the stun. Can they find the right one? There's the silence. Here comes the jump with the Blade Mail dual anti-mage. Oh, well, that Heaven's Halberd is not going to save you here. Emo's got the damage. Not the right timing on the usage of the Manta, and IG will punish him heavily. Dead for 80 seconds. No buyback. That might just be the game, in all honesty. Phantom Lancer pushes out bottom a little bit, grabs a bit of farm, and now immediately switches to the top. They have, I mean, they can't end, but they're scouting Roche with the couriers. They've got, I don't see how you hold if you're sparking. I guess they do have a glyph. DD already on the front line. He's gonna look for the jump, or at least locking down the Lina. Still has his BKB. He's got the Elder Dragon form. Here comes the glyph, but just watch Emo go. As soon as this glyph falls off, this building is absolutely gonna melt. Firefly knows that he doesn't even need to focus on it. Just gonna get creeps, and here comes Lina Braxton 2. Still 30 seconds dead on Anti-Mage. I don't know what there's. Okay, Roshan's up now. Lina gonna go and grab this arcane. Oh man. Well, can't just pick anti-mage like this, I suppose. This is a lesson that many have learned. And Sparking Arrow are going to be reminded of it again here. They do have the respawn on the AM. It's already going to be Aegis and Cheese. 8k lead, IG's favor. Are the Dota Plus gods smiling upon them a little bit more this game? Up around 90% probability. XP and gold, both heavily in their favor. Heading towards the 10k mark. And Fly, even just thinking about picking up the Abyssal Blade here. Sparking Arrow trying to hold on their high ground. They do have a good ward to fight around. But not really seeing any attractive targets to jump. So just keep on waiting. Maybe get one more item on the anti-mage. He is still the #1 network in this game, but absolutely the weight of the world on his shoulders. Man, Emo is even picks up this MKB, so this whole plan for anti-mage with the Heaven's Halberd, maybe in shambles a little bit. IG running forward, Sparking Arrow still fighting around this high ground, but Fly just breaks straight on up there. They're gonna pop the Poison Nova onto him. What did they just mono void? All right, they're out of illusion. They just got completely tricked in the background. Now Anti-Wave is getting locked back in the middle of 4 heroes. AM, why did you blink here? He buys back instantly. Fly is going 1v4 on the other side, much more successfully than the Anti-Wave. They get another round of stuns. Emo's just laying in with the auto test. DD trying to hold the ramp, but watch the crits, watch the damage. Emo cannot be stopped. They will jump forward with the AM. Can they kill the Selena the once? Follow-up stuns. Anti-Mage still surviving, but it's too much. He's dead for 120. That's only the Aegis on the Lita. They find Red Panda on the other side, and you know where this is going. GG called. Sparking Arrow Gaming will be forced to a game 3. I don't even think IG had to do anything that fancy in this game. I liked the
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Well, 6+ minute first game with the anti-mage, and then losing the second game in about 30 minutes with another anti-mage. I'm gonna bring you in on the draft here. We have a very different look compared to our first game. It does seem like Sparking Arrow are taking some. They've set their sights on poor old cock over on the side of IG. And they are going to get the ancient apparition here, so immediately snagging that. IG still kind of sticking mostly to their stable bands, but also getting rid of the lich. So I guess it makes sense that we do the ancient apparition here. Some of the other like premium position 5s have already been banned out. Not that IG will be scraping the bottom of the barrel, but they do have to
5 seconds
think
remaining.
a little bit more. Keeper of the Light has been quite popular in Europe. I don't know if after some of the little tweaks and stuff here and there, if it's been quite so popular in China. Because in our previous incarnation of the CDA League, there was a point there where like the bottle ember opening was really, really popular. And we were seeing that a lot. So maybe something to consider here. So there's also consideration for Oracle. There's always sort of the that Oracle versus ancient apparition matchup kind of goes both ways.
Disruptor.
And then she's gonna go for Disruptor. All right, very different look. That already is a little bit of a deterrent to the anti-mage, perhaps, as I'd also gonna go for a centaur. All right, Sparking Arrow is Dragon Knight. I mean, still not a bad hero, but I'm a little bit surprised to see it in this particular situation. It does need a little bit more lockdown to maybe work with the ancient apparition. They don't have the last overall pick for the draft, so they're just looking for something that they feel confident jamming mid almost no matter what. But there are some things to worry about here. Like there could still be an OD coming in. There's still definitely some stuff that would really punch this Dragon Knight. I will just have to see. Even like it's really quite unorthodox, but we could see something like a position 1 or even a mid bounty hunter. That matchup is not so fun for Dragon Knight. You would have glimpse, and then you'd have track vision for glimpses as well. Could be some kind of an idea. It's just Lycan being banned out. I think the DK is already okay against Lycan, but I guess are maybe just a little bit worried about getting run over. Please don't make anti-mage again. Don't do it.
10
Just
seconds remaining.
let's have a game. Game 3, no anti-mage.
5 seconds remaining.
What are they gonna pick against the Centaur in lane? Could see like a lifestealer, I suppose. That's gonna get banned out, didn't get banned in the first phase. And I would imagine they just take their position for it. I mean, it could even be a disruptor 4. I could see something else as the 5. I don't think it's disruptor certainly too bad with a little bit of farm.
10 seconds remaining.
It could be that they just snagged the disruptor right away because they were like, all right,
5 seconds
bunch of
remaining.
position 4s to be banned. What is Kaka gonna play this game? All right, maybe we'll just pick disruptor for him. Something along those lines. Yeah, I still think there's. I really think there's still ways to punish this Dragon Knight.
Team
Getting
pick.
put out like this. IG are once again gonna go for the Oracle. Okay, so that does lend some credence to the idea of it being the disruptor, the position 4. Now Oracle would be your 5. Maybe we could see like an Oracle Huskar. Maybe that's gonna be the way that they put some.
Radiant team
Night, Sparking Arrow for Clockwork, nice. Good to have, you know, a little more lockdown against the Stampede. Definitely very good at hunting both of these IG supports. And also pretty good against the Oracle in general, because as Clockwork you can always kind of hook into the middle of the fight and then go in between the Oracle, the target that you're trying to isolate, and just drop cogs. Kind of force the Oracle away, make it difficult for him to get it in and get a full prompt off. So I do like the Clockwork. They don't have the greatest amount of solid lockdown on the side of Sparking Arrow, but it's enough for now, and they do still have a couple of other picks to augment the rest of the draft. I guess the one thing that's not quite clear just yet is if this Clockwork is going to be played just as a 4, or if there's any consideration to make him like a 3. So if you're IG, what's the strat? I guess we still just need to see if... Does Oracle enable you to pick Huskar into AA? Is that a thing? Or is the AA just like a you cannot pick Huskar? Could still see like the Alchemist this game as well. I think Alchemist could be pretty decent. So they're just gonna go for the Ember and I guess fish for a little bit more information. They can still run Ember on the safe lane. I don't think Ember Oracle is a particularly potent dual lane, but could kind of be a thing, right? So what Edict would make it so that you can't take any damage on your flame cards. It's just kind of a weird synergy. I guess you can always get the Fortune's End channel and Ember runs up, that kind of a thing, but I think they're mostly just picking Ember because it's almost always a good core. It's almost always going to have some kind of an impact, especially in the meta that we're currently in. They can even put it mid Dragon. It's like not the end of the world to
Radiant team ban.
run that setup.
Templar Assassin.
Though I say that, Spark, we're gonna go for a TA here. I guess maybe just shoving the Dragonite over into the off lane or shoving him down to the safe lane. Still some opportunities to kind of pick this TA, of course.
10 seconds remaining.
Do they have to ban like a Razor here? Instead of us ban, otherwise they just are gonna get Razored in one of their lanes. Anti-Mage is again the ban. I think that Sparking Arrow are crazy enough to do it 3 games. You know what? I think they're crazy enough as well. I'm with IG on this one. I feel like you gotta ban the Razor though. The Razor just looks absolutely brutal to play against if you're Sparking Arrow. I guess at least you've got like Clockwork, which is gonna make Razor's life a little bit more difficult, but
Dire team pick.
they just get rid of Terrorblade. Okay. And what are they picking without knowing what the knowing what the last pick is.
Radiant team.
Just the bristleback. All right, it's a bowling tricore lineup. IG have kind of a similar setup as well, so a lot of it just going to come down to the lanes. Wait, what? Is Razor still just not amazing, or is just show me the Razor pick?
10 seconds remaining.
It seems too good, right?
5
Like,
seconds
I can't think of a single reason why a Razor would be bad here. It's like good against all of Sparking Arrow cores. They got 3 right-click cores. It's actually the easiest game to itemize in the world as well. I think if you're, I mean, sure, there's a little bit for magical damage here and there, but in general, all you need to do is itemize against physical. And instead, I opt for a Slark. Okay, so it's pretty punishing for the Dragon Knight and pretty punishing for the Bristleback as well. There's some value there with the Slark and the Oracle, but I now worry a little bit about their lanes. Like, I do think that the Disruptor Centaur lane should be okay. I really don't. Actually, maybe the Slark lane's gonna be fine against the Dragon Knight. It is definitely OP playing it. They could try and swap things around a little bit, but I guess Slark has an okay lane here. He's not that strong a laner in general, but I think in this situation against double melee and Dragon Knight should be actually okay.
5
So,
seconds remaining.
maybe that's all right. So Slark's gonna have an okay game. Ember versus TA. Can kind of go both ways. Ember's gonna be certainly more active after the lane stage, so he can really move around, set the pace. Yeah, I'm actually a bit worried about this second type off lane, and by extension, I'm about the clockwork. Because I think if they just sit in that lane, they're gonna lose lane pretty hard. But maybe if like, Felix can go and rotate and he can pressure mid a little bit before Emo gets 6 and something like that, maybe he can have a little bit more of a game. But as soon as the Clockwork pick came out, then the Ember and the Slark kind of came along and made the Clockwork initiation and lockdown just feel that bit more unreliable. And maybe that's the main thing that I'm looking at here. It's just I think IG's potential is that little stronger, and I still think it's just really easy for them to kind of itemize the game, because all you need to do is itemize for like staffs and protectors, and you're gonna be fine. Anyway, let's head in game for our last game of this best of 3. Just the one best of 3 for you folks today. It's just the one best of 3 every day this week. We'll have best of 3s a day next week for those of you who need your China Dota fix. But get on in here, and really just all eyes on Felix in the beginning of this game. He's got the boost picked up. He will be able to drag some waves if he feels he needs to get his initial levels, but how he plays in that time, kind of where he gets before the Ember gets 6, and even before the Slark gets 6, like what he's able to make happen in the early stages is really gonna determine the trajectory of this game pretty heavily.
30 seconds to battle.
I think DA is gonna do pretty well. This year always seems to just get off to a decent start. Farm your way through the jungle at pretty good timing. Fly loses the outpost. See outposts. IG actually with 3 heroes in here at the start. Maybe looking to fight this at the beginning. Fly has got an orb event. Yeah, they're looking to fight this. But Felix is already in here. He's got the assault at the ready. Sparking arrow. Alright. They're gonna get 1 over here. JT did manage to snag the other away from the Bristleback. Over on the other side of the So it's a 2-2 money split, nothing too crazy. Kaka is gonna stick around here at bottom for a little bit longer. I guess we'll have to see Felix is running up on him here, gonna immediately take the Thunderstruck. So it looks like they've kind of preempted the play from Felix, maybe trying to drag the wave. Felix with the boots, and man up with battery assault a little bit, but I think this is his real goal. And this is Fortune's end to also hold him back. Kaka gonna stay on top of it, Thunderstruck off cooldown. Felix, even if he gets out of here, he's not going to be any kind of bait to drag the wave, so he's just forced DP all the way back. That bottom flat is going to take a little bit of pressure from Red Panda. But yeah, that's not what they were hoping for. And I really don't know if they want to be trailing with the DK. How's the thing going? He did very well so far. You know, grabs his second CS. This other one, no. Get this one. Yes, he can. Nice. Felix just walks straight back into box. Still 0 experience to his name. OP with the 5. We're doing a little bit of harassment. Fly just farming over here. It has been a while since I've seen a full tri-lane versus tri-lane, but it blocks out the small camp, and Felix looking for that creep wave drag, so we're really trying to get it back to this kind of position. Kaka's still running at him again. Gotta be careful, make sure that Kaka doesn't drag it into any of the neutrals. That would be pretty disastrous, given Felix has just spent the first 2 minutes of his game trying to make this play happen. I mean, Fly can also just hold the wave to the tower. That's why it is kind of important that we're forcing it back underneath the tower. The Fly just kind of drag it around and establish his wave where he wants. They did get the ranged creep denied, just kind of nice. Over lane, Kaka runs in with a random Thunderstrike, but so far they are actually doing pretty well across all 3 lanes, CS wise. Oli taking some damage down here. Doesn't have a salve. And I don't even know how this top lane matchup goes. Centaur versus Bristol. I couldn't imagine you're ever really going to be hitting this Centaur all that much. JT just getting up in his face. And it feels he didn't even take any experience himself. He just did that wave. Goes for a little stack here, but doesn't really seem like he's going to be able to accomplish too much. They're going on DD, but he just looks to turn it around with the point in the meld already picked up. Emo keeps it going. But DD will just be forced to back off. Does have a self. Seems like OP actually fine down here, given that they've put the ancient apparition. Nice thing about picking the bristle, so he doesn't really need a whole lot of help. So leave it by himself. Those are this point up in the goo. Actually chasing here. Is he gonna go the TP back? But it's only to the tier 1 tower. So maybe once Felix sees that, he might consider sticking around a little bit longer. He's running up on Disruptor, but I mean, how much can you really do with 1 point of battery assault? Kaka's just gonna run back to his TA. Run back to whatever, sir. Taking some damage. Emo's still manning up a little bit here. DD getting gone on. Another melt. Here comes the fairy fire. But that's gonna be first blood for Embers. I don't even know if Felix can actually get the kill. Here comes Chase. Emo wants to go back in. He gets himself a double. Oh no, that was so sad for Felix to have to watch. Nothing that he could do to help out his Templar assassin. I mean, he could keep the Disruptor away, right? Kaka just walked up. Oh no.
Dire's middle tower is under
Wasn't
attack.
thinking about the TP versus the Disruptor. Well, at least Felix is able to come in here and grab himself a quick level 2. But it's sad state of affair to this clock. Now Kaka is sniping a courier. Oh, and it's the soaring for the bricks back. And he's out of mana, now getting gone. 6 stack retaliate, just gonna try and fight his way out of this one. He is done. He's off the keyboard. Kaka making the rotations. Felix does manage to come in here and snipe a bounty for himself, but I mean, talk about getting outplayed. They spent the other thing, they spent all of their hands on Kaka's heroes in the first phase, and then he just picks Disruptor and is making them look clowns. They still have good CS though. Everyone's still farming that, but the kills definitely.
Radiant's courier.
And Dragon things together. Ooh, nice little curse with the side blades. Running up on mid and one more time. So 3 points in the flame guard. DD with the metal trying to turn it around, but where's the help? Waddling in slowly. Nothing to be found here. We'll lose the Slark at bottom. Okay, got killed off by the Ancient Apparition and then immediately TP'd mid. Little Cogs push back, hoping for the 6-minute turn. It is actually bottom. Red Panda gonna grab that regen for himself. I mean, they're putting pressure on this Dragon Knight. This is gonna be some stacks, but really should not be a kill. I mean, the auto's actually stacking out from Fly. Yeah, it's not gonna be anything further. And even with these kills, of course, Ember's still gonna be a little behind us. We'll switch it over to Net Worth shortly. We can switch it over for a second just to give you guys an idea of what's going on. So I've actually gotten the Ember ahead of the TA. Kaka continues to help out. Then goes to the bottle refill. So even though we did get that regen, still has a mod that he needs to keep things going. Gates eating down up top here. Oh, Stampede up, looking to run for it. Can get it CP out. I think he's gotten far enough away from the. Might not even need to go for the CP. Actually does burrow his way into the trees a little bit deeper, which turns out to be a good decision. And JT still to Rask and the Ring of Hell, and then maybe even his like maybe you know, when you've got this set up already. Oh, DD gets found out by Emo. Oh, gets their fraction up again, but Emo with the jump forward with the Remnant. They're camping this Templar Assassin out of the game. The Clockwork is still just unable to do anything, and they have like single-handedly won his team the game because he's affected he's the trajectory of the Templar Assassin so much. I mean, this Slark is still getting pressured pretty heavily at bottom, so he's taking time to catch up. Bristleback is still doing really nicely. So the Bristle will be able to make space with the Dragon Knight, and you know, they can buy some more time for TA to catch back up. Where's AA at? Ooh. All right, nice Fate's Edict. Bristol's getting some plays, going for Vanguard. Treads on the Dragon Knight. TA just working on treads. But DD kind of done with the mid lane. Not interested in playing there anymore. Feel like he's queued up a Necrobook on this Clockwork. I mean, we're 8 minutes in and he's not even level 3 yet, but everyone's gonna have. Alright, once again they're making it go to DD. This time around, can you do something? He's in a little bit of a better position, and showing his face will be able to drive them back. JT is just backlaning at top of the Vanguard, so always so scary when you see Centaur with this kind of start. It's like where he can just play however he wants, and it costs versus from the enemy team to come and deal with him. Like, it's just they can't spare the manpower to come over and bother trying to kill this Centaur. Looks like Oli might be dead here. Yeah, there's a trap waiting for him. I feel like this is the gap. Will be a nice little kill for DD to grab before heading back to farm. Putting Bristle's face. Alright. JT just the bat. DP's out. He's gonna be fine. Oh, he pops the dragon from the bottom, just getting some damage with your own power. Emo does have an Invis as well. Looks like he is once again TA hunting mission. I believe he has been scattered by the Ops plus Sentry combination. So he just immediately gonna retreat back. Oh, AT. Oh, he's gonna cancel. It's still gonna be 1-for-1, right? Yeah, it's still 1. Both teams gonna get some experience here. That big of a deal. Section on kinetic field. Once again, he's rotating. They're trying to give back, but They do get in front of him, and they will still finish off that kill. Nice use of this Invictus also for making a go at bottom. Emo chasing forward. Firefly finds the one kill. They're not done yet. They want Red Panda to jump forward into the chains, give Firefly the double, get him back in this game. Unfortunately, he did not get a single earn charge of all of that, but still pretty nice. Regen for the TA. Emo knows what's up, so he's gonna be fine. It's still waiting a little bit to have another room then off cooldown. Well, I was like, well, at least the back is having an arc. Kaka is on it, and he's already level 7. He's got the 4 points up in the limbs. Felix and about to crack level 5, but this is just what happens when you get a bomb start on Clockwork. What can you actually do? Ooh.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And even just the disruptor in general, this game is so annoying for all of Sparking Arrows here. The disruptor almost single-handedly forces you into a BKB this game, not to mention the effort as well. Emo knows things like this. He really cannot get punished by this Clockwork. Kaka running forward. Got the Storm in his second. He's just gonna keep fighting this one. Now the chains are on cooldown. No, maybe this is a little bit too far. Jump forward for the turnaround. No. Emo still got the double kill, and only here for the assist, so damage not gonna matter at all from the apparition. Kaka once again making the plays for his team. What's Slark going for? And oh, he's got more than this, right? Some kind of career somewhere. Alright, got to look at stuff. So just going, what? Just going Echo Saber. Ember, is he rushing the vessel, or is he going to go back for a message from everything? A little bit of a wasted smoke there. I think they're going to go and find the TA, but at least get a couple of wards, and they do have 2 obs in the inventory of Oli and 1 in the inventory of Copper. So that's going to be one of the big objectives for this. Try and get some more vision down, maybe get a deep ward, spot the TA for them again. And the Static Storm on cooldown. Sparking Arrow thinking about a push on mid. They're going to drag the Bristle back away from top, so he's just going to leave this tower pretty much completely free. And TP straight in the middle of all of them. They don't even have level 6 station competition. Evo just going for him in the back line. They've got Oli here to save if they need, so they can't actually focus on the Ember. They will instead send the Oracle as the target. Oli going to save himself. Charge also helping keep him alive. Firefly now coming in. Sparking Arrow getting split up as the 2-man chains. Folds back. Felix really wishing that he had this level 6. The Quills are stacking up, but IG are just hiding back. Emo with another chain soon. He's gonna go running in and looking for it. Firefly still thinking about this. They've got the Shadow Dance, they got the Vision, gets close back to the Dragon Knight. Opie got tanky, but he's not tanky enough. And Papa lands the perfect status from that field. The Bristle deck gets absolutely melted, and that's 3 for nothing here on the mid lane. So hard to play when you're pushed up against the Disruptor and constant vision. Jumping in a little bit deeper. Here comes the glimpse back on the Red Panda. That's going to be some more earned charges for this Ember Spirit. And finally, they finish off the kill. Took him a little while. Clean up crew. JT finishing off this tower. DK? Hello? Alright, they will get they do get the Disruptor up high ground. A bit of a slowdown onto JT. Still pretty tanky. Only looking to help him out. What can they actually do? Felix got the hook shot. They will get in a little bit further. The Desolator on the TA making quick work of the 2 kills. And getting a little bit of his own back. Alright, well there you go. OP felt confident in the tankiness. Maybe knowing the Ember didn't have 100% resources ready there. And they will turn it into 2 kills and the tier 1 tower that they were looking for earlier. Firefly has moved all the way up the net worth chart in the meantime. Has the full finish, going to be going for the Shadow Blade next, and did snag the bottom tier 1 in the midst of all the chaos. Felix with an invis. What's he hoping to do? Just scout, maybe break the smoke, steal a bounty rune if you can. What is the Disruptor going for? Just going for this Yule, so this has become quite popular on Disruptor as of late. And they do have the full vessel picked up for the Emperor, so Emo definitely keen to just keep on running at them, keep on finding kills, pressure the Dragon Knight, pressure the Bristle. I don't have any vision here, just walk on the high ground. Bristle chains, no fear. Felix, alright. Well, die so that his TA could live. DD still farming. Not going to be going for a Blue Tiger, just have straight out BKB queued up. How is Bristle doing? He's going for an Albert. Just walking wherever they want, and they've got a great ward here. It is getting dewarded quickly. A little bit of night vision to work with. See the TA moving around. Up top, JT once again doing his thing. This is the story of Centaur with a good early game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
This Bristle's getting something bottom. What do we got going on, Jeff? In Blink, they will look for the pop out of the Oracle, and only just gone. That's the unveiling of the Blink Dagger for Oki.
Radiant's
Down bottom. Back to find a way out. Not going to be quite so easy. Emo closing the gap. Slight chains. Keeping it locked down. They're keeping the pounce for now as well. He does have his back turn, so actually pretty tanky. Kaka walking down here. Rest of the team from Sparking Arrow looking to back him up. But they can just keep glimpsing him back. Emo was not interested in continuing to go on him, though. I guess maybe it's only use the very last vessel charge on something that might not even be a kill. Especially since they're still just showing Centaur at top the entire time. Oh, they do have the blink on the TA now. Okay, there you go. Ooh. Jump in again with the... Looking for Slark. Can they keep Fly alive? There's Shadow Dance. Fully immediately in with the save. And Emo is looking to keep this fight going. They're going to focus on the Bristleback, but I don't know if he's the best target. Another hook shot forward. Disruptor does get the Sandstorm Kinetic Field out, and he's actually being saved by the Stampede. Everybody trapped. Two dead on the side of Sparking Arrow, and IG looking for a little bit more. Bristle is still pretty tanky, and DD's looking for the cleanup. He gets the Courier, and he gets the Disruptor. Looking for more. He has been disarmed. Only the target. Nice slight change. JT forward. Two-man stomp. Fly looking for the stack. DD in pretty deep. JT looks like not tanky enough, but they do get the disarm. It's going to keep them protected. Godlike streak for Emo as Red Panda tries for the TP out. He's not going to get it, and that will be a 17-minute beyond god for Emo this game. So really, for me, he has... he's got Kaka to thank for it. I mean, he's played well, certainly, but his game has been fantastically set up by all of these disruptive ganks and really shutting down the TA. I mean, even though the TA is number on the network, you can still just feel the impact. Does he almost have Zeals? Yeah, Kaka getting a little farm time going. Oh, nice growth bow for the DK. At himself. Oh, looks like maybe not.
Radiant are standing.
Bristle just farming a little bit. Does he have the full halberd? Is he just going blade mail now? I imagine if he had the full halberd, he would already be getting it sent out. Crazy to me that it's only a 2k net worth lead with skill discrepancy 22 to 8. Essence are pretty nice. We do have the Shadow Blade picked up for the Slark. He needs to be careful. Our slight chain's not quite gonna connect. The dude glimpse back, but the immediate blink away. Would have been a scary situation if that chains had actually landed. And Sparking Arrow actually looking for a bit of a backstab here. What do they see? There's the Disruptor. Also gonna be actually going on the Oracle, but hook shot forward now. A little bit of trouble for Stark. He does have the pounce. Limps away. Gonna create some space. Emo still waiting out of the chains. Here comes the kinetic field control. It's kiting with the MP. Jade's not coming over to get involved just yet. But a forward from OP. They're going to jump on the ancient apparition of the backlines. But the Bristleback is here looking to protect, and he's body blocking the Slark. Won't be able to get the pounce out. So Fly just going to have to go for the TP. Emo, one remnant and a slight. Does get caught up by the stun though. And here comes the damage. Does he have the mana to make the escape? Remnant's a little bit too slow. And that is the beyond godlike streak ended. Ending up in the hands of the Bristleback and Sparking Arrow straight to the Roshan pit. I really need Centaur in these fights. They just need that little bit of extra slash front line. We're gonna buy back. Okay.
Radiant's courier
No,
has been
I
killed.
give away the Roshan for free, but big losses, losing that beyond godlike streak, and she was going for. They do have the halberd on the centaur, so very, very useful against the Centaur assassin. Looks once again gonna kind of tank the gank here. 0, 7, and 7. First of all, continues to just change his mind on the item build. I know, actually. Alright, he's sticking to it. Push the blade down. After the buyback, looks like IG are actually going to be the ones to grab the Roshan. He's blasting scout. They're losing a lot of life here, but they do need to just commit for this. They've got really good vision. They've got the disruptor outside. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. They just need to disengage cleanly once they pick this up. And there you go. We're going to have the Aegis over on team, so you can start working in that streak once again. He did have a Radiance queued up before, but it does seem like he's gonna change his mind a little bit. Everybody's just loving the halberd series.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Had an anti-mage halberd, have an ember halberd. It is kind of the I win button against Temper Assassin in a lot of ways, though. DD making pretty fast progress towards the BKB. Okay, so Tia grabbed Robo. EK's just got this poor man's shield. And what are IG waiting for? Are they close to anything? Stark's got something on the courier. Stark's got full silver edge. Alright. Good luck, Bristol back. Back in here, not quite on point with the kinetic. Doesn't get the hook shot in. That's gonna be Oracle immediately. Did only brought down Ice Blast, making quick work of him. And now the Bristleback in danger. He's got his back turn, but is that good enough? Flick away from the Templar Assassin. She can help it up. Nice cogs can slip this up. They did also pop a buyback. But once again, won't be able to make it out. They want to give these stacks over to the Slark, and they will do just that. IG taking a 3-for-1 fight with a buyback. Flyfly looking for even more. He's got the silver edge to break. Juggernaut looking all that tanky. Do they even need any help? Flyfly looking like he might just be able to finish this kill up all by himself. 32 stacks plus the 11 on the permanent Agi. Oh my god, the silver edge is breaking for IG. What do you do? Sparking arrow, actually. I guess that's kind of why they were thinking about like a halberd or something, or they just need the mass BKBs, but it's gonna take a little while. Let's get stopped, but Edge is just gonna go and immediately farm up the entire dire jungle. But they can even just like hold on this board and just cutting top, cutting mid. Alright, he's got BKB at least. Ooh. They are just holding the top ground. Flyfly scouting. Gonna give it vision to get a glimpse. Is Kaka gonna go for it? Alright, here comes. Locking down the Bristleback. He does get off the blade mail, so just gonna let him be for now. Trading some cooldowns. Shot in, beating on for the focus. Push back onto the Slark. Can they actually focus on Flyfly? He's got the false promise. He just finds his target in the form of Flip. Doesn't quite manage to land the pounce. Pops the Shadow Dance down to ensure that he gets healing. That's going to be the first kill of the fight. Red Panda also brought down at the front line. Just collapses OP. Not the right timing on that blink as he gets dragged back into the waiting arms. IG. Double kill for Emo. He did not pop the BKB that fight, wasn't forced to use it, but also wasn't really able to lock in and grab a kill on anybody. So, just a slightly better positioning from IG, and then where did Bristleback go? Bristleback was in the middle of everything before, and then I guess just felt like he had to run out. This Slark is actually very tanky. People's Gift, plus the Silver Edge, plus the Echo Saber, plus 9 strength talent. Like, Flyfly really just looking to live as long as possible, latch onto the Dragonite, latch onto the Bristleback, and not let go. Yeah, it's the double halberd. I do not envy DD this game. Yep. Shane comes to blade mail, but here comes Flyfly with the silver edge. He's looking at him to get the goo. Able to slow down Red Panda. Do you have a way out of this one? I don't think you do. Not even going to be forced into using the pounce. A pouncing away, like streak for Fly. Getting a little bit jealous after what Emo grabbed earlier. They get the lockdown on the Bristle. He's not facing the right way. JT's hitting him right in the face. Oli's here. They have already used the false promise. OP will be the next one chased down. Get the blink off. Emo's got chains for him in 2 seconds. He's getting chased. He will be one more on the pile. Let's get stacks going for the Slark, and just doesn't feel like Sparking are able to do anything in these fights. Tia is looking for the opening, but she can't go on the Slark or the Ember because their lockdown is just so garbage. They would absolutely need like a blink. All they have is a blink Dragon Tail, right? And maybe a little follow-up from the Clockwork. But then they also need to jump the Oracle, who has a blink. If they don't jump the Oracle, then he's just gonna save the one Dragon Tail stun every time. Like, this game is so easy for Ollie to play. I might be taking the easy win here in this series. Poking and prodding, already taking the laner back. 26 minutes in. Go back. TP's in, immediately getting glimpsed outside of his own base. They know exactly where he is. This Stampede to try and get out. JT is still alive for now. Felix to the target. Bristleback gonna come in on the back lines. Can he actually find anything? Use this for him. They've still got the Static Storm kinetic field. Bristleback once again getting focused. Here comes the Static Storm, locking him down. 2-man chains. DD still just can't find the angle to actually join the fight. Finally, he goes in onto Ollie, popping all of his cooldowns. 2 buybacks coming through. They will finally lose JT. Emo looking for another chains. Is going to get stunned up, but he's got this helping to keep him alive. And with no BKB, Templar Assassin knows that she can't just walk in here. Another glimpse. Sparking Arrow are just getting sent every which way. I think that was OP getting glimpsed back into his fountain. They are not looking practiced playing against this disruptor at all, and IG
wish fulfilled.
Pretty commanding lead at this point. 74% on the win probability, 15k experience, 10k net worth, and I cannot rave enough about how well I feel Kaka is playing this game. I really feel like Kaka almost single-handedly won his team's game. Like the difference between the impact of the position for Disruptor and the position for Clockwork almost completely decided this game, in my opinion. And poor old Dragon Knight caught out up top. Emo with the box, they are getting the absolute maximum number of chains, the absolute maximum streak on Fly. Oh, if you thought the Silver Edge wasn't good enough, we're gonna have the Scotty slot as well. Oh, and Silver went up. Nice. Good stuff.
Bottom tower is under attack.
TA is already in like desperation mode. He's thinking about Rapier. Realizing there's no other way. For some front lines, there's no way to go for you. Stampede everybody forward. Just try and waste a little bit of time with checking the stuff on. Yeah. Very straightforward. And Fly able to run over here however he wants. He was actually joining them in a second. He is at the relic. Some kind of game. Melt the spells from the map there. Done. Oh boy, over instruction. Actually, okay, let's give that over to the Ember. He's gonna go back for the Radiance. I guess we just look at the Rapier gold. Still needs a bit, but that's probably the hope if you're sparking an arrow at this point. Because you are about to get completely contained inside your base. You're not going to get any experience for the 30-minute mark. They can make some kind of desperate move out, but they're already getting split up. Stun onto the Dragon Knight. Here comes the break. He's absolutely being melted down by the Stark. And over on the other side, Ember breaks the smoke from the high ground, able to just jump straight back out. And now they're trying to split. Bristleback retreating back to the base. feel he's getting caught by the glimpse. He's going to be left dead. TA just takes this as a little opportunity to try and grab a bit more gold towards the rapier. But I think that rapier might end up... It may just end up in the hands of ID very shortly. Run forward, finish, get the break. Easy glimpse, easy kill. Rapier status. Oh, DD. I just... Team, hold on. 300 gold, please. It's got Courier. Here we go. Demon Edge on its way. Alright, it's got 8 seconds BKB to try and kill the entire enemy team. Meanwhile, just taking out the top lane of Rax. They do not have this tier 2 tower taken just yet. Ooh, TA. Alright. I guess she sees everybody. Just fine, it's like that. But G could quite easily just go and grab the cheese, and at that point, I think even this the Templar assassin is not going to be enough. Maybe if it was a little bit earlier, but again, Kaka just ran to TA and kind of ruined his game. Well, ran at him, enabled the Emperor, who then just ran at him some more. Grabbed Soul Crest. Every item that you could want. They're throwing a Rocket Flare and an Ice Blast in here. Maybe they can steal the Roche actually. A little bit too late. You got Aegis on the Slark, you got a Cheese on the Silver Spirit. Arrow outside of their base, need to ward the fire ground. They do have one. This does seem to be kind of their preferred high ground with their backs up against the wall. Maybe going to get some vision, get the immediate pop on the Oracle. Not going to be so easy to get the immediate kill of the Disruptor with the Eagles and the Ghost Scepter. And Kaka actually just pick up his Aghanim Scepter, which might just be the game ender. Are we at 100%? Yeah. Ooh, nice. Even the rapier. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Smoke, and which immediately got scouted. Sparking Arrow just waiting to break. This deep can't be the target. Forces the blink back. The Bristleback just completely out on an island. Nobody there to help him out. Trying to run back to his team. Pound's gonna miss, but they've got the glimpse. So difficult for the Bristol to get anywhere. Slark definitely not the target. JT not the best one. DD just trying to think, who can I actually go for? I need to see these supports. My Bristleback is dying. What can I do? Okay, the BKB pop from the Slark. I still need to see the supports. My Dragon Knight is dying. Please show me. They will get the jump. They will get the call on the Kaka, eliminating him before he can get the Ag's ultimate off. But forced into immediate BKB TP out, sells out his Clockwork, who's just going to end up being stacks for the Slark. And now it's TA versus 4. What is she going to be able to do? And GG is called. They will be able to hold on to the rapier for a little bit longer. But IG, it was a grind. It was a slog. They were down after the first game. Heck, they had it within their grasp. They were 600 HP